grandest of risings to everyone that's going to come in, even if you're coming in late and you see this. Yeah, it's a great morning. Wanting to make sure, let's see. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to get in here, play a quick song, and we will go from there. Grand Risings, Matthew, Alito, and the best of all blessings to you, brother.
Yeah, rhyme so dope, my eyes low. When you move like God, the time slow. I came back for the blacks and John Doe's. Crack open them land pads, let go with them townhomes. What's a native to a native? Eat $5 dough if he not melanated. Pale faces got you waiting on the savior. Sending prayers up, he texting back on vacation. Yeah. God's children. Give all your praise to Jesus, but how God feeling? He say put no one before him in divine image. It's true with God and Christians. I got a vision, but niggas ain't gotta listen, so they don't. We came from the soil, wasn't fucking with no boats. Bible took our spirit, English Bible, stuck them in they grudges. We was something turned to nothing. And now we nothing's turned to something. Reincarnation of angels, fresh up out the oven. It's the message to the black man. 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 Shooters on my roof, lawyers in the coop. We can never die, bitch, we bulletproof. It's the message to the black man. It's the message to the black man. You wasn't slaves, you was prisoners of war. You stop wasting your time, these other bitches ain't important. You ain't meditating, you ain't mating with the sauce. Like what the fuck's a noodle if you ain't painted with the sauce? I find it hard to trust the pastor who rather side with the master who preaching we should submit while getting murdered and captured about how we should wait on God is never our vernacular. They get paid to praise by the dollar long as they keeping us stagnant. And niggas think they woke, huh? Like you can change a whole world through a vote, huh? Like slave masters willing to let they slave go, huh? That slave master was probably your kinfolk, huh? History in reverse. A black king strategy. We're blacks for your majesty. They always had pyramids with point to where the cats would be. Aristocracies with your last name patent accurately. Yeah. And I ain't even tell half the shit. Well, I ain't even tell a quarter of the shit. I'm just getting started. Y'all niggas rap about busting guns and all this weird shit. I'm trying to get my people back, nigga.
All right, guys, let's get going. I don't know who all's in here besides Matthew, because you guys haven't went in the chat. Probably some of my fans that are always around, grasping information and not speaking on it, but it's cool. You are welcome as well, as long as you're spreading the information correctly and you're assuring that people are getting the information that should be coming to them. I don't have a problem. There's no need to hide. Saying hello will not hurt. All right, guys, let's get back into this book. I said we want to make sure I'm getting a lot of this information over to you guys, so I'm going to try to thoroughly make sure we penetrate majority of the book. If you're very interested in receiving it, email me and I can send you a copy. I'm not able to drop it in the link, unfortunately, because it is in my drive. And that will give access to my drive, but I can send it from my email without doing that. So if you're interested, make sure you send me an email and I will get the book to you so you can read it on your own. We're getting into secret number 3, which is 4 paths lead to unity. All the spiritual secrets from this point on, meaning the vast majority, depend on your acceptance and the existence of one particular reality. If you still think of it as a pet idea held by someone else, your experience of life won't change. One reality isn't an idea, it is a doorway into a completely new way of participate in life. Imagine a passenger on an airplane who doesn't know that flight exists. As the plane takes off, he panics, thinking such thoughts as, "What's holding us up? What if this plane is too heavy? Air weight's nothing, and this whole plane is made of steel." Throw back on his perceptions. The panicked passenger loses all sense of being in control. He is trapped in an experience that could be leading to disaster in his mind, obviously. In the cockpit, the pilot feels more in control because he's been trained to fly. He knows the aircraft. He understands the plane's controls that he works. Therefore, he has no reason to panic. Even though in the back of his mind the danger of mechanical failure is always present, disaster could occur, but that is out of his control. Now, move on to the designer of the jet planes, who can build in any craft he wants it based on the principle of the flight. He occupies a position of great control, then the pilot, because if he, I'm sorry, he occupies a position of greater control than the pilot, because if he kept on experimenting with various designs, he could come up with a plane that is incapable of crashing, perhaps some kind of glider with an airfoil that never stalls, no matter what angle or of dive the plane goes in. That would be smart, someone to invent something like that. An aircraft that would actually glide if the engine goes. Just putting that out there. This progression from passenger to pilot to designer is symbolic of a spiritual journey. The passenger is trapped in a world of the five senses. He can perceive flight only as impossible because when steel is compared to air, it only seems capable of falling through it. The pilot knows the principles of flight, which transcend the five senses by going to a deeper law of nature. The Bernoulli principle, which dictates that air flowing over a curved surface creates lift. This is how birds fly. This is how, I'm going to get into that. Let me stop. The designer transcends even further by coaxing the laws of nature to arrive at an intended effect. In other words, he is closest to the source of reality, acting not as a victim of the five senses or a passive participant in natural law, but as a co creator with nature. He can take this journey. You can take this journey yourself. It is more than symbolic because the brain, which is already manufacturing every sight, sound, taste, and touch and smell, which I talk to you guys about all the time, is a quantum machine. Its atoms are in direct contact with the laws of nature. And through the magic of consciousness, when you have a desire, your brain is sending a signal to a very source of natural law. The simplest definition of consciousness is awareness. The two are synonyms. One time at a business conference, an executive came up to me demanding a definition of consciousness that was practical and concrete. At first, I wanted to reply that consciousness can be defined concretely, but I found myself blurting out, consciousness is the potential for all creation. And I like that. Let's put that in the chat. Consciousness is the potential for all creation. All creation comes from consciousness, so he's absolutely correct in saying that. His face brightened as he suddenly got it. The more consciousness you have, the more potential you have to create pure consciousness because it underlies everything is pure potential. So let's get into this real quick. Uh, oh, okay. Check on who came in. Empress Grandis says, peace and bliss to you as well. You already know. Grandis to you as well, brother. Peace, peace. Now, when speaking on this, as we're talking about taking this journey and being symbolic because the brain, as we know, manufactures every sight, every sound, every touch, every taste, and every smell that you experience. This is very, very pertinent. You guys understand it because as I talk about the wave formatting each time you guys hear this word, it should send you into a spiral of thinking in your mind. So the wave format is affected by the ENT, the entertainment. The entertainment and the ENT of your body are the things that the entertainment area actually can tap into, because this is the way formatted information, things that are put to you or posed upon you to give ideology or images to your brain, to make your brain be able to actually be in touch with certain things, whether it be truth, whether it be a reality, whether it be a lie, whether it be fictitious, a made up story, whether it be theatrics. The brain does not know how to decipher these things. So, when you are in the sense of the five senses, you're thinking about your sight, your sound, your taste, your touch, and your smell. These things are all affected by the wave format that I talked to you guys about, because what happens is you're pulling in this information via the five senses, and your brain is only able to decipher a very, very small portion of that information. So as you're pulling in the information, the brain actually resonates with about 10 million bits of information each second, not minute, but each second. Out of the information that the brain pulls in, it can only decipher 0.111% of that particular information. I'm sorry, 0.1% of that particular information. So now, when you pull the information in and your brain has to decipher what's going on, it is a quantum machine, right? So the direct contact with the laws of nature gives the impact onto your brain as to what you're visualizing, what you're smelling, what you're seeing, what you're tasting, and what you are touching. So now all of these things start to make the image. You create the image. Your brain has deciphered what this image will be. Your brain is telling you that this is what you're seeing. This is what you're looking at. This is what you're going for, because these are all the things you're pulling in, and this is all around you. So, when keeping that in mind, think about the things that you pull in that are not beneficial. Think about certain music you're listening to, certain maybe movies, all these weird, creepy movies about animals and demons and spirits and aliens and all this weird, wild stuff, right? So when you have all of these things, right, and you're pulling these things in, the brain is wondering. The brain is confused. It's taking on a whole overload of information. It's like, think of a computer and the system, and it was to print out all of the data that it's learned, right? Think of a person that is only in their 20s, printing out all of that data of all the information they pulled over in their entire life over a span of 20 years. The data would actually fill up a small room. So just think about that. I want you to like literally visualize that. Visualize 20 years of complete data of all sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. If you had all of that information to decipher, how could you create a active picture, or a founding picture, something that is really vital or pertinent? That's a hard thing to do. It's very hard for your brain to be able to decipher all of that information and give you a correct picture or correct image. The only way to do that, to stay in a proper mind state, right, would be to only pull in factual, actual information. When you're sitting around, and this is not to talk about anybody, because everyone is doing their part to enlighten, uplift, and make sure that we're on the right page, right? But when you're sitting around and you're pondering on ideas, and you're consistently talking about different things, you're overviewing this, you're overviewing that, you're looking at this, you're looking at that, it becomes very hard for your brain, the computer in your brain, which is the mainframe computer, right? Let's just look at it like that. Your brain is like a mainframe computer. Oh, I wanted to put this in here. Hold on a second. Your brain is like a mainframe computer. So that mainframe computer is taking in all this information. It has to decipher. It has to use the quantum information to make sure that all the coding is correct. All of this. So this is the same thing that's going on with your body. As I told you guys, this is how they made the computer. Everything is made off of us. There would be no computer if there was no us. They wouldn't even know how the system would operate. They wouldn't even know how to completely um, subjugate the actions of a computer and actually bring it into life without having a main computer to actually base that off of. So keep that in mind. Keep it in mind that it is very, 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 this part right here is so potent, right? It's very, very important for you to understand that when you're bringing in um, useless information, let's say that, or you continue to bring in the same information, right? I hear panels, and I'm not naming anyone particular, but this is just in general. This is like most of the panels I hear or I visit. They're talking about the same things over and over and over again. You cannot talk about the same things and elevate. How can you bring in the same information and elevate yourself when you're still trying to decipher the information that you already have within you and you haven't gotten a conclusion of that? It makes no sense. Unique, I sent you an email last night, sis. Make sure you check your email, babe. I'll get with you today on something important. Okay. So with that, right, we have to make sure that we are deciphering what we're pulling in. I really want you to get this, guys. I stopped for a particular reason. That this is pertinent. This is important. House of Nathan, much love, brother. You already know. Nothing but love and energy. Perfect all energy to everyone in the chat. You guys are everything. You guys wake up with the intent of learning, getting better, doing what you need to do. And I know that's why you're over here. And your energy is so appreciated. I am definitely sending it right back to each and every one of you guys to make sure that we are on the same page of knowledge and entertaining our minds with truth and fact, and not conjecture and repetitive nonsense, so on and so forth. My thing is that I really would like people to get that when you are pulling in all of this information into your brain, you're literally overloading yourself. You're literally sending your computer, your mainframe computer of your brain into an overloaded status. You're pulling in all this information. The brain's trying to decipher what's right, what's true, what should I go with, what makes sense. I got to use my conscious and my spirit to decipher and discern. And, it's like a battle. You're forcing yourself to battle. And it makes no sense when you're not benefiting from particular information. In order to benefit, you have to put into your mind new information, something that the brain can say, wait a minute, I'm going to take this in, and now I can decipher the truth and the reality, and I can start to push out the fictitious information. I can start to push out the things that don't matter. It may not even be fictitious, but it may be something that is not beneficial to my growth. It may be something that will not elevate me and make me actually grow mentally, spiritually, and get to the place that I need to. So, yes, hearsay. Hearsay is a big problem, brother. I've even gotten caught up in, hearsay. I've got offended. Oh, this person said this about me. That. I know better than that. Why would I even catch myself in that? It's the same thing, being caught up and focusing on the wrong things. Yes, sis. So I sent one last night, sis, and I'll make sure I get to you today. We need to chat real quick. So yes, so with this, guys, the importance of the laws of nature is that naturally you have no choice but to pull in the information, right? It's like someone downloads data into a computer, and the computer has no choice but to find out how to operate this particular information, where it needs to go, shift it to the right place, make sure it's being beneficial. So this is what happens with the brain as well. You're going to be pulling in information. You don't know whether it's good information. You don't know if it's pertinent information. You don't know if this information would be beneficial to helping you to elevate yourself, to enlighten you to a better spiritual growth. But what'll happen is your brain has to decipher that. So now you may take a bit of that information or part of that information, and it's going to blend a bit with the truth. It's going to blend a bit with the reality, and everything that you are trying to elevate yourself to and actually graduate yourself to. What will happen is you will now be pulling in other information that will only stunt you, because now your brain has to try to figure out, hey, how to fix this, how to figure this out. So now I've got this thought, I've got this idea, I'm trying to put it together. It becomes a whole thing. So what we have to do, guys, we have to make sure that we are astounding ourselves with knowing when something is not beneficial. We have to know and have a great alert, like, oh, let me stay away from this. Let me not drown my brain out with insufficient knowledge. Let me not drown my brain out with conjecture, ideologies, theories. things that people come up with in their own mind because this is the way they feel and the way that they see things. You have to keep in mind one particular guy, they use a lot of pictures, right? When using all these pictures, right, this formulates the picture in this person's mind. They cannot use their own mind and imagination and discernment to get reality or truth to come from that because they have now pixelated on their brain the fact and the all actuality of what they think to be true and what they think to be real. And the only reason that is so implanted into their mind, the format of that visualization and the information they pulled in is because they have visualized so many things on that same field, whether it be CGI pictures, whether it be pictures someone created for them to look at, whatever the case may be. This will continue to take a person along a journey that will distract them and take them away from the true self. As long as you are looking at outside things to give you information that will not coincide with what your spirit and your discernment shows you to be true, you cannot take these facts and verify with other concluded facts, confirming your information here, confirming it in the third way. I look for three ways. I need a confirmation at least three times. Sometimes I get more than that, but I need at least three times for me to confirm that this is actual factual. And then my spirit will actually go with that, and I can kind of go from there. All right, so let's continue on, guys. I don't want to keep talking. I want to get some more into the book. His face brightened as he suddenly got it. The more consciousness you have, the more potential you have to create. The more consciousness you have, the more potential you have to create. Pure consciousness, because it underlies everything, is pure potential. You need to ask yourself this question: do you want to be a victim of the five senses or co-creator? Here are how the options look. This is exactly what I was about to get into. Let me put that in there. All right. You need to ask yourself this question: do you want to be a victim of the five senses or a co creator? This is very important. Do you want to be a victim? This is what I was just speaking of: a victim of information, a victim of ideology, a victim of untrue factual information based off of a person's thought patterns from the things that their brain has actually taken in and formatted to them to make their reality. You have to understand that your reality is not another person's reality. You have to discern for yourself what is truth and what is fact. Okay. Here are how the options look. Let's go over them real quick. On the way to creation, this is all depending on the five senses: separation, duality, ego based, subject to fear, detached from the source, limited in time and space. Depending on natural law and control, less subject to fear, taps into natural resources, inventive understanding, explores the reaches of time and space. Depending on consciousness, creative, intimate, with the natural law, close to the source, boundaries dissolve, intentions turn into results beyond time and space. Awareness is all that changes in the journey for separation to the one reality. There is only one reality. When you're thinking about reality, something that is real, there's only one real fact and truth. So there are many different things that can come into your mind, and they can actually shape shift you into a different reality or a different matrix of a believing because of the facts that you're partaking in. Okay. When you depend on your five senses, you're aware of the physical world as primary reality. In such a world, you must come second because you see yourself as a solid object made up of atoms and molecules. The only role your awareness has is to look upon the world out there. So you're aware only of that because of being caught in the physical. Grand Rising says, Grand is there. Hope you're having an awesome morning, sis. And the five senses are extremely deceptive. They tell us that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, that the earth is flat. ah, y'all don't want me to get into this, do you? Do you? The five senses are extremely deceptive. They tell us that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, and that the earth is flat, that an object made of steel couldn't possibly be held up by air. Let's put that in the chat for you guys too. The next stage of awareness depends upon laws of nature that are arrived at by thinking and experimenting. The observer is no longer a victim of deception. This is what I'm telling you guys, making sure you're pulling the right waveform, making sure your ENT, your entertainment of your senses, is entertained only by facts, actuality, reality. You're not pulling in conjecture. You're not pulling in theories. You're not pulling in other people's visions and their thoughts. And, their ego has them to believe that they are the ones. And my word is factual. And you need to just go by what I say. Don't go against me, so on and so forth. You have to be able to do this yourself. He can figure out the law of gravity using mathematics and thought experiments. Newton didn't have to sit under a tree and have an actual apple fall on his head. He could perform a thought experiment using images and numbers, which we know that Newton did not create that. That's a whole nother issue, guys. We know there's meat and bones and everything because of the perspective. This was a process he followed, as did Einstein, by imagining how relativity worked. And we know that, that's a whole nother story. I'm not going to get into that either. But let's just stick to what's important. Let's stick to what's important. Oh, gosh. Okay. When the human brain considers the laws of nature, the material world is still out there. When the human brain considers the actual laws of nature, what is natural, the material world is still out there. That is outside of the natural. Listen to this. That is outside of the natural laws of nature, the physical material world, right? It is to be explored. More power is gained over nature. But if this level of awareness was the ultimate one, as many scientists think it is, utopia would be a technological triumph. However, the brain can't set itself aside forever. The laws of nature that keep airplanes in the air also apply to every electron in the brain. Let me put that in the chat for you guys too, so you guys can get that. This is all part of the wave formatting and the implementations of what's going to come against you to make your mind think one thing when it's something else. Okay. Eventually, someone has to ask, who am I? Who is doing all of this thinking? Is it my brain? Oh my gosh, is my brain me? Is me my brain? That's the question that leads to pure awareness. For if you empty the brain of all of its thoughts as in a state of meditation, right? Awareness turns out not to be empty, void, and passive. Let me put that in the chat for you guys as well. You guys know I keep telling you about this meditation. Everybody that's here yesterday actually did this meditation practice with me and actually were able to tap into exactly what we were speaking on. These things are very, very important, guys. We have to make sure that we are astute to being in tune with ourselves over matter. Okay, this is very important. Beyond the limits of time and space, one process and only one is taking place. Creation is creating itself. Okay? Creation is using the consciousness as its modeling clay. Consciousness turns into things in the objective world, into experiences in the subjective world. This is the wave formatting I'm telling you guys about. Okay? Break any experience down. They're not saying wave formatting, but I've talked to you guys about. I've explained it out. This is how I know this book is totally on point. This book it's totally on point. I just actually I've had it for years. I've never had a chance to even look into it. The other day I had the chance to kind of go through it. I'm like, wow, it really explains the wave formatting. It really explains how I keep telling them that bringing in empty empty things that aren't beneficial to you are actually laying a place into your brain for the formatting to be blocked. These people are empathy blockers, basically. What they're doing is collecting information into your brain so that you're wondering, you're pondering, you're thinking, you're trying to figure out, you're trying to see, and not trying to be vain, but I'm only going to tell you the truth. I'm only going to tell you the facts for you to pull in the perfect information for you to discern, for you to decipher and be able to break down in your mind, because your consciousness has the right ideologies. Your consciousness is what is true. So you have to make sure you have enough, I guess, faith in yourself to be able to listen to yourself more than you do others. I'll just start there. I'm going to read that part again and continue on. Creation is creating itself using your consciousness as its modeling clay. As I told you, your mind projects the picture and it forces out what you see, and now you are in that reality. You are the one responsible for your own reality. Okay? Consciousness turns into things in the objective world, into experiences in the subjective world. Break any experience down to its most basic element, and what you get are invisible ripples in the quantum field. Break down any object into its most basic element, and what you get is also a ripple in the quantum field. There is no difference. And by a stroke of supreme magic, the human brain doesn't have to stand outside the creative process. Just by paying attention and having a desire, you flip on the switch of creation. You are the one that is totally responsible for your creation, what you are creating in your life. We've talked about this with the manifestation. I've shown and went over certain things with you guys to let you in on the manifestation process. We've done the 999. Everyone that did the 999 fasting with us, y'all already know. Everybody that did not participate in that, I'm sorry you did not get that experience to be able to see the things that we have been speaking on. Okay. So in order to create, in order to manifest, your mind has to be able to have the imagery of purity and light if you want to go into a pure state. If you're trying to get or elevate yourself into something that is totally different from what you're doing right now, you're gonna have to kind of get rid of a lot of that trash. You're gonna have to like dump and throw out a lot of the things that you've learned that aren't beneficial to your internal growth. Because until you understand that you are the one creating your reality, everything in your physical reality is gonna just be, just random. Like it's gonna go on everything that everybody else puts in your mind. You have to be strong enough to have your own mind state to make sure that you are the person that's in control, knowing that you are the person that is actually creating your reality. You have to have a mind state where you know you're spiritually discerning what is needed for you. Let me check on my chat real quick, just in case. All right. Okay, sis said, instead of us be still and quiet, instead of us be still and quiet, we continue to listen to the negative chatter. Yes, sis. And I'm talking to myself as well. I don't do it a lot, but I've done it. I've done it as recent as a couple of days ago. I've jumped on the panel trying to enlighten these people with information, and man, they just went off. It's like, man, they hate when I come with some information. They just don't want people to hear me say it, I guess, So I said, this is another lesson to show me stay away from these people. And I will learn. I've been learning it. I put it on myself, right? You flip it on. That is, if you know what you're doing, the victim of the five senses, the pre scientific man and the explorer of the laws of nature, scientists and philosophers are just as creative as someone experiencing pure awareness. Sages, saints, shamans, siddhas, sorcerers. They all, you can pick a label of any of these, but they believe in limitations that are self imposed. And because they do, those limitations turn into reality. The glory of the spiritual journey is the same as its irony. You acquire full power only by realizing that you have been using that power all along to thwart yourself. You are potentially the prisoner, you're the jailer, and the hero who opens the prisons all rolled into one. So it's all up to you. You have to make sure that you are the person that is in control of your reality. You keep yourself imprisoned in your own mind. You are the one that is doing that. You have to have the discernment to know how to get into that spiritual space where you are controlling and you are using proper discernment to not pull in a bunch of trash. I don't know how much more I can tell you. I've been telling you about this waveform like a year. Even the people that haven't been, before I even started my page, particularly, I've been talking about the waveform. The waveform is something that if you don't get it, I'm gonna put it up again. Wave formatting is written information on your brain. Period. So, do you want to have wave format on your brain, or do you want to be controlling it? Grand day, Susan. Grand day says, yes, period. Yes, be still. I'm learning, Empress. I'm learning, girl. When I say I'm always on the run, I'm always on the move. I'm always doing something. I'm always doing that. I'm trying to take time to learn how to be still. And so on and so forth. Wave formatting is writing information on your brain. I talk about this consistently, guys. It is so pertinent. Red squids, police, Lord. Peace to you, brother. I said police. Lord, he is no police, guys. I did not even mean to insinuate that in nobody's brain if it sounded like that. I was about to say something else and got mixed up in my words. But peace to you, brother. You already know. All right? Okay. So let's get back into it. Instinctively, we know this all along. In fairy tales, there's a magical connection between the victims and the heroes. Now, think about this. The frog knows he is a prince, needing only the magic touch to regain his true status. Most fairy tales put the victim in peril, unable to speak and spell until the magic is delivered from outside. The frog kisses. The frog needs a kiss. The sleeping princess needs someone to break through the wall of thorns. Cinderella needs a fairy godmother with a magic wand. Fairy tales symbolize a belief in magic that wells up from the most ancient parts of our brain. But they also lament that we are not masters of this magic, which is a lie. The fairy tales put you in the fake formatting that magic is not appeasable. You don't have access to that. But you are the only true magician of your entire realm. You are the magician because your mind is what actually creates. Your mind is what actually brings the things into the manifestation. Your mind is what actually formulates an idea. Now the thought comes into provision. Now your imagination puts that image into your mind as to what you are foreseeing, and you put that out into the atmosphere. This is the manifestation. Your heart and your intent, the intent to do goodwill, the intent to elevate yourself, the intent to elevate another, taking on that particular status of your mind. It gives you that power to create. It lets you know that you have the strength to actually manifest what you want to fix into your reality. This is why people do a 2-year plan, a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan. Hey, where do you want to be in 2 years? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? You are actually mapping out your life by doing this. If you don't have your life mapped out to what you want it to be, the way formatting, other information coming into you to actually give you an ideology from somewhere else, something outside of you, will actually make that reality for you. Is that what you want? All right, you better get to that magic. All right. The dilemma has frustrated everyone who has tried to embrace the one reality. Even when wisdom is gained and you realize that your brain is producing everything around you, finding the control switch to creation is very elusive. But there is a way. We got a way right now. Your girl helping you out. I'm telling you about it, right? We're on this. This book is literally a solidification of like everything I talked to you guys about. Like, I mean, like really. And this is from another person's perspective. Okay? But there is a way. Beyond any experience is an experiencer who knows what is happening. When I find a way to stand where the experiencer is standing, I will be in the still point around which the whole world turns. Getting there is a process that starts here and now. What this say? What you just said, Empress? Let me put this in the chat, babe. There go your confirmation. What you just said, boo. Sis just said, let me go to it. Where is that? Where is that? What's sis said? Sis just said, yeah, here it is. I think this is the one. Yeah. Instead of us being still and quiet, we continue to listen to the negative chatter. This is my journey now to be still, right? And check this out, sis. Check that out. There you go, boo. There you go, boo. There you go. Came right to it. So here's more. This is how we get confirmations, guys. So, do you see? We hadn't even gotten to that page. And since Larry was putting in the chat talking about this is how you discern with your spirit things that are actually going to be beneficial. Soon as sis put that in there, the page down, look what it went to. Everything that she just uh, eradicated her information to. When I find a way to stand where the experiencer is standing, I will be in the still point around which the whole world turns. Getting there is a process that starts here and now. Say it, sis. Yeah, she brought it out. See? See, do you guys see how the true, correct wave formatting information helps a person? This is crazy, guys. I just love it. I get ecstatic when there's confirmation. I get ecstatic when you guys can see things for yourself that I'm showing you. It's like, my word doesn't mean anything. I'm just talking. I try to include you guys and make you all a part of my world because you are. If not, you wouldn't be here. Right? So basically, we have to just make sure that we are doing these things that are going to keep our minds elevated, because this is all I want to do. I take a lot of my personal time to make sure you guys are getting this information, because why? You're important to me. Everybody that's a part of my world and my life is very important, very pertinent to me, right? So I want to make sure you guys are getting everything that I get. You have to be able to understand that the knowledge of true self comes from within. It doesn't come from anyone else. Taz, welcome, brother. Grand risings to you as well. It doesn't have to come from an outside source. If you want true information, if you want truth, reality, sound information, you want to make sure you're tapped into the light source. That's you, right? Then you have to make sure you're getting your inner knowledge. You are concentrating on pulling out the best of you. This is the only way that you will be able to elevate into the right place. Let's keep moving, guys. I want to keep talking because I'll keep going. I'm going to read this part one more time and we'll just continue on. Every experience comes to us in one of four ways: as a feeling, as a thought, as an action, or simply a sense of being. At unexpected moments, the experiencer is more present in these four things than usual. When that happens, we feel a change, a slight difference from our ordinary reality. Here's a list of such subtle changes taken from a notepad kept by my side for several weeks. Not my side, guys, the gentleman that wrote the book. Just keep that in mind. Feelings. This is the feelings he wrote on. Feelings. A lightness in my body. A streaming or flowing sensation in my body. A sense that all is well and that I am at home in the world. Oh, this sounds awesome. A feeling of complete peacefulness. Yes, you have to do this every day. This is part of meditating, getting you in that space. A sensation of coming to rest, as if a speeding car has glided to a halt. A feeling of landing in a soft place where I am safe. That's every day. I'm in a soft place where I'm safe. I guard myself. A feeling that I am not what I seem to be, that I have been playing a part that isn't the real me. That's a deep one. A feeling that something lies beyond the sky or behind the mirror. The thinking, I know more than I think I do. I need to find out what's real. I need to find out who I really am. My mind is becoming less restless. It wants to calm down. My inner voices have become very quiet. My internal dialogue has suddenly stopped. The actions. I suddenly sense that my actions are not my own. I sense a greater power acting through me. My actions seem to symbolize who I am and why I'm here. I am acting out of complete integrity. That's me. Everything I do is out of complete integrity until I let my emotions take control. I gave up control, and what I wanted simply came to me. Listen, you give up the control, and what you want, you will actually be able to visualize and materialize. I keep telling you. Okay. I gave up control, and what I wanted simply came to me. Whew, that's a great one. I gave up the struggle, and instead of falling apart, things got a lot better. These are the actions, guys, that start to happen, right? My actions are part of a plan. I can barely glimpse. I can't see this action or making it a part of the plan, but it's going to happen because I have actually pushed this out. But I know it must exist. It does. The being. I realize that I am cared for. I realize that my life has purpose, that I matter, and I am matter in the physical being. I am matter, which takes us into another realm. I sense that random events are not random, but form subtle patterns. I see that I am unique. I realize that life has the ability to run itself. I feel drawn to the center of things. I realize with wonder that life is infinitely worthwhile. This may seem like a very abstract list because everything on it is about awareness. I didn't record the thousands of other thoughts, feelings, and actions that centered on the outside things, of course, which you guys can do that yourself. Can you guys list a couple of those things? We're going to do that in a second. Like everyone else, I was thinking about my next appointment or rushing to it, feeling hurried in traffic, being happy or out of sorts, confused or distracted. All of that is like the contents of a mental suitcase, for sure, for sure, for sure. People stuff their suitcases with thousands of things, yet awareness is not a suitcase, nor is it the things you stuff inside. Is there anything that you guys can list about your awareness? Just one thing. Any of your thoughts or your feelings or an action, just one thing that you guys, I'm coming back to the chat real quick because I want to see if you guys are. Um, a couple of people came in. Blue, Grandest brother, glad to see you back for that part 3. You already know, bro. We about to get it in. So, what do you guys think? Tell me. Give me one thing from your list. One thought, one feeling, one action that you might be able to uh, take that will keep you in that mental space. Let me see. I'm gonna give you guys a second to do that. One space. Mind's eye, grandest brother. Peace, peace. Haven't seen you in a while. Nicholas Jones, welcome, brother. I think I've seen you in the chat once or twice before. Great to see you here. Grand risings to you. Grand morning, brother. Good to see you, Mind's Eye. It's been a minute, brother. Peace, peace, and blessings. Yes, good day, brother. Good day to you as well. You already know. All right, guys. I'm going to give you guys a minute to do that. I'm going to continue to read on. If you can think of a thought, if you can think of a particular feeling or an action um, that is centered on the outside of things from you, put that in the chat. I'll come back to revisit that. Let's keep going. Awareness is just itself. Awareness is itself. It is pure. It is alive. It is alert. It is silent. And it is full of potential. Sometimes you come close to experiencing that pure state. And at these times, one of the hints I've listed or something similar comes to the surface instead of lying hidden out of sight, a hidden spot in a dark space. Some hits are palpable. They arise as undeniable sensations in the body. Others arise at a subtle level that is difficult to verbalize. A shiver of something unexpectedly catches your attention. If you notice, even one such hint, you have in your hand a thread that could lead beyond the thought, feeling, or that action. If there's only one reality, every clue if there's only one reality, every clue must lead eventually to the same place where the laws of creation operate freely, which is awareness itself. Let's put that in the chat for you guys as well. Right? What do you think of that, guys? King Yi, welcome, brother. Peace, peace to you. Yeah, keeps you in a good space. Yes, yes. Say it, say it. That's right. I really want to hear you guys' response. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts or ideas on that. I definitely am intrigued to see how you guys are feeling about that. Any thoughts, any type of reactions or things that you guys are feeling. If not, that's fine. Okay, let's keep it moving. Once you start out with a promising hint, How can you rest free from the ego's trip? The ego fiercely protects its view of the world, and we've all experienced how wispy and fleeting any experience can be when it doesn't fit our ingrained belief system. Sir Kenneth Clark, the renowned English art historian, recounts in his autobiography about an epiphany in the church when he suddenly realized that total clarity, that an all embracing presence was filling him. That's that ness in the church. No, we don't get to that. He sensed beyond that a reality that was sublime, filled with light, loving, and sacred. That's the ness. When he was filled with that spirit, I talked about that, guys. I did a whole video on this. It said he was suddenly filled with this embracing feeling, filling him up. That's ness, the Christ, the artificial Christ, the raw energy, right? I don't want to get into talking about that, but you guys got to see the next video to get and make sure you understand that these, how can I say, these religious places of endearment, and they're praising, and you're bringing a lot of energy there, and it's not necessarily a energy that you think it is. I'm gonna say that. So if you're not aware of that, guys, make sure you go and check that this video out, because I don't want to even get into that. At that moment, he had a choice. He could pursue the transcendental reality, or he could go back to art. He chose art without apology. Art is expressive. Mind's eye, that's you, brother. You know that art, you can express how you feel, your thoughts. You can put it out and you can see it. Art is very intricate in expressing the images in your mind, bringing the reality onto paper. Oh my gosh. Art, even if it fell far short of higher reality, was Clark's earthly love. He was choosing one affinity over another, the infinity of beautiful objects over the infinity of invisible awareness. There's a witty cartoon showing a finger post standing at the fork of a trail. One sign points toward God and the other toward the discussions about God. In this case, the signs could be changed to God and the pictures of God. Many discussions are pictures, the imagination, what you put in your mind. You talking about God. I can talk to you about God. When I say God, I'm thinking about any and everything that is around me, all the ether, everything we are all connected to, everything that is the one source that you are me and I am you. We are all a part of each other, right? This is because we're all part of the same energy. This is the God. This is why that's an outside God, is an inside God. Is that God the spirit or the light within me? And I'm connected to other light beings, and we are all connected to this ether because we are so potent and powerful? Or is there a picture of a physical God? How could there be a physical God in a light body spirit God where this is an energy, an all over energy, an omni essence? We're not going to get into all that, guys. Let me keep moving. Many other people have made similar choices. In order to displace the physical world, you already know a hint must expand. The threads of experience must weave a new pattern because, as separate strands, they are too fragile to complete with the familiar drama of pleasure and pain that grips us all. So, thinking about that, what does that tell you? It's letting you know about the threads of experience and weaving a new pattern, because why? If you're in the old pattern, you're not able to escape that to actually build a new pattern or a web of truth, a web of design enlightenment from inside of yourself, creating that pattern and knowing that you're the one to manifest everything. You don't have that because you don't have a true grip per se on reality. In having a true grip on reality, you have to be able to make sure that your mind is standing strong and you actually have everything on the energy to use that to persuade the ethers to work with you, right? There is the ether and there's the aether. The aether is where you can be manipulated with the waveform. This is where that mist energy is a part of trying to tap into the core energy of this earth, using ley lines and frequencies to actually work against your brain, using wave formatted information to actually write patterns of information on your brain that are not the true reality. The only way to dismiss those things and get rid of them is to actually bring in truth, to bring in reality, to bring in light. They can actually shed light on the situation where you're sitting in your brain, in your mind, the sit you, and the action, the action It's from your mind. Your brain is actually foretelling everything you're imagining in the image that you're putting out, creating that reality. Therefore, you are operating and working in the matrix based off of what you are putting on yourself. Consider the list again. The boundaries between the categories are blurry. There is only the slightest difference between feeling that I am safe, for example, and knowing that I am safe. I know that I'm safe. Nothing can touch me. I'm all powerful. What? Better know it. From this, I can proceed to acting as if I am safe, and until finally I realize without a doubt that my whole existence has been safe since I was born. My whole existence has been safe since I was born. I am safe. In practical terms, this is what it means to weave a whole new pattern. Let's start to get that in our mind. Get that pattern in your mind that I'm safe, I'm all powerful. Nothing can like come and do anything to me because my spirit is the thing that creates, and I'm the one that has the boundaries that can be crossed. I'm the one that's creating all of this, right? Let me check on my chat, see if you guys had something to say. Yes, yes, yes. Period. Period. Appreciate you, brother. Yes, you already know. Peace, peace. Yes, mind's eye show be on point. Art. Unica, you into the art too. Yes, heart is the art. The he art, sme art, smart art. Ah, look at that. Sis said yes, art. Smart art. The ha art. I like that, sis. Yes, sis, know thyself. My whole existence has been safe since I was born. I am safe. I am, and in practical terms, this is what it means to weave a whole new pattern. All right. 1 second, guys. Let me grab this call. All right, guys. Let's get it. All right. So, where do we leave off at? Okay. If I take any other item from the list, I can weave similar interactions, interconnections, interbeings, interthoughts, interweaving my mind. Okay. As I draw thought, feeling, and action and being together, the experiencer becomes more real. I am learning to put myself in his place. Then I can test this new reality to see if it has enough strength to replace an older, outworn picture of myself. What did I just tell y'all? What did I just tell y'all? This is the wave format I keep telling you. If you can correct yourself with the correct wave format information, if you can correct yourself by making sure you are pulling in only pertinent thoughts, only pertinent information, only the things that are going to be beneficial to uplifting you, to keeping you in the right state of mind and being, to keeping you in the reality that's going to help you. This is the only way that's going to happen. You cannot continue to pull in information that is not beneficial to you. You cannot continue to bring in information that will not elevate your mind state and take you to another state of being. Tom, what's going on, brother? Peace, peace. Exactly, Unica. Knowing and thinking. Period. Period. Okay. Mm. Didn't I tell y'all this book is confirming everything? Listen, it's confirming the facts. I'm just gonna say that. It confirms so much of the information that I've been studying over the past 25 to 30 years, particularly on this, the brain stuff and all that. All the information I've learned, this book is literally in the spirit telling the same thing. In the same way that I kind of talk to you guys about, I may use different words. I always tell you guys about the wave formatting. I always talk to you about the NIS. I always talk to you guys about the DIF. The NIS and the DIF are the technical energies. There's particular spirits that actually overcome the person. When the person's, oh, I got felt by the Holy Spirit. Oh, I felt Christ and he did it. That's NIS. The opposite of sin in the physical. Talking about it right now is saying the same thing. This guy may not be aware of the wave formatting. He may not be aware of the NIS. He's not mentioning it, but he's talking about it. And this is from his own experience. So these are the ways that you can use tools to operate on in this life by having confirming information of things from inside of yourself that you know, that you're astute to having the understanding of. So now the image is in your mind. You know truth. You know facts. You know reality. So when you hear it, it rings true because it resonates with you. Okay? That's awesome. You might want to pause for a moment and do just that. Choose any item that speaks to you, a sensation or a thought you can remember having, and connect it to the other three categories. Let's say you pick, I see that I am unique. This talking about you, Unica. I see that I am unique. Uniqueness means that there is no one else who exactly is like you. We are all unique in ourselves. There's always the one thought from yourself. So when you're pulling in all this other stuff, you are not any longer unique. You're a part of this, you're a part of that. You're listening to things that are actually drowning your spirit out and keep you more lost in thought and figuring things out. I'm confused. I want to know. I'm looking. I'm curious. I'm wondering. That's too much thinking. Like literally, that's like a cloudy headspace for no reason. Let's just stick to the facts. Ponder on those things. Gather up more information to make sure that we're astute in those areas. Once we know facts, that's being beneficial to yourself. Why put yourself into a place that is not going to do anything but stagnate you and bring your level of understanding down? Because now you're putting images on your brain and in your mind that should not be there, literally flooding yourself with garbage. You might as well go to the dumpster and just get a couple of bags of garbage, bring them to your house, and set that shit right on the floor. Have dinner with it, have lunch with it, play with the kids with it, take it with you on trips, do all that. Because that's what you're doing. You're loading yourself with garbage. You're loading yourself with things that are not beneficial. You are loading yourself down with objects that actually will cloud your judgment. When you're thinking about trash, you going into your kitchen, you take 3 or 4 bags of garbage from the dumpster and you start to cook a meal, right? Do you know how tainted that meal is? I don't care if it's clean food or whatever. You're in the kitchen with a bunch of trash. So now you have all this information flooding out in your mind, just like if you were trying to cook a meal with a bunch of trash. How you look? How did it look? Oh yeah, come on over for dinner, girl. Come on over for dinner, honey. Come on over. I'm gonna cook your dinner, sweetheart. Let's have a date. Then you pull the person in. They come to the door like, dang, what's all that? What's all this clutter you got in there, boo? I don't think I want to eat a plate. Let's go out. Let's go to a different place. You hear me? You know why? Because that clutter is it's gonna overpower what's clean. The filth, the dirt, the germs, the bacteria, all these things. How can you avoid those things? And how can it not taint this one particular area where you got so much shit around you that's just tainted? This is what's going on in your mind, guys. You cannot keep flooding your mind with inanimate information, inadequate information, inaccurate information, indecent information. Sis say run, sis, heck yeah, run. Let me run from their ass with that nonsense. Don't try to flood my head with a dang thing. Let me check with my chat. Sis said, don't forget the art. Talk about it, sis. The art. All of the art. What is art? Art is pictures. You're actually painting a picture. You're putting something out there. So now this is the art you're creating in your mind. Yes, thinking positive thoughts, sis. Thinking positive thoughts, staying in the right mind frame. When you're hearing negative nonsense, not only so much even, it don't even have to be negative, but it could be inadequate. It could be insufficient information. It could be like, why do I need to know this? Is this going to help me? Is this beneficial? Is this something that is pertinent to me elevating myself and going to a different level than where I am right now? Because that's what we want to do, right? We're constantly trying to elevate ourselves. Bro say, I was thinking the same thing, literally talking about this for a week. Wow, yes, bro. Because we be on the same page when the atmosphere is right and we are trying to make sure we're doing the right thing, we're all gonna feel it. Because like I said, we're all a part of the same ether. So when one of us getting elevated, somebody else gonna come up too. When two or three people get elevated, three or four more people gonna come up too. I'm about that life. I'm with it. I'm with manifestation. I'm with the power and the empowering of my people. I love y'all. I love each and every one of y'all. Even the ones that talk about me like a dog. I might even curse your ass out because you needed it. No, let me stop. I might have cursed you out because I got in my feelings. But what happens a lot of times is because it's the love and the care. I only get upset because I care about people. So just keep that in mind that we have to make sure that we are only pulling in beneficial information, being around it like-minded people. Say it, sis. Like-minded people, bringing information that is astute to your level of understanding, your growth. You already know what's going on, so you're going to sit up and be like, hey, you know what? I don't think this is the area for me. That's like a person that's on drugs. They went to a rehab center or whatever. Next thing you know, they right back using drugs again, right with another friend. You know, we have to be very astute of ourselves. We have to make sure we're standing in ourselves because we're the most prominent thing here. We are the only ones that are the creator of our reality. And until we can do that and make it beneficial, it will not grow. High Priestess, welcome, sis. Welcome, welcome. I believe if this is a sis or brother, I'm sorry, I'm not very familiar. And when I sing priestess, I assume that is a woman, but I could be totally wrong. If I am, please correct me, darling. But yes, we got to make sure that we are a student everything that we are doing because listen, I ain't let nobody take me down the wrong road. That's like we taking a race, right? Sis said, run. You just made me think of something, sis. We taking a race. David, Grandis, brother, peace, peace. You already know. We taking a road trip, right? So we started to get in this race, right? So there's this race, we all running this, and that. Then somebody's like, yo, I got a shortcut. Come on, sis. I'm like, but they told me the trail was this way. If I go that way, I might get, yeah, I know a shortcut. I know a shortcut. You think I'm finna take a chance on a shortcut that I don't know nothing about versus the way that the path I already know, that may take me somewhere else. That shortcut may lead to the area, but maybe there's something along the way I can't pick up or I can't learn or I can't see because I'm not going on the right road. I'm gonna stay where I'm supposed to be. I'm staying on the main road. I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of that same thing. Yes. Period. We have to stay in the right mind. We can't let people drag us and pull us out of that. When y'all go around to these, I'm so curious. When y'all go to these panels and that, they're consistently talking about things that aren't benefit you. It's a sister perfect. Great, great. I felt it was. I felt it was a sister, but I wasn't sure. I've done that before. Like I don't want to disrespect anyone or make them feel any type of way. So great. I'm glad. Yes, sister. I appreciate you coming in. High Priestess Akasha. I just wanted to make sure you were a sister, babe. Great. So, yes, let's get back to it, y'all. Okay. You might want to pause a moment and do just that. Choose any item that speaks to you, a sensation or a thought you can remember having, and connect it to the other three categories. Let's say you pick, I see that I am unique. Uniqueness means that there is no one else who is exactly like you. What feeling would go with that realization? What feeling would go with that realization, guys? Perhaps a feeling of strength and self esteem, or a sensation of being like a flower with its own unique scent, form, and color. There's also the sensation of standing out from the crowd and being proud that you do. The thought might then come, I don't have to imitate anybody else. I don't got to be like them, talk about what they talking about, listen to everybody say what they say, hear their input, get what they say, da da da. We don't need to do all that. With this thought, you might begin to feel free of other people's opinions about you. From this, a desire arises to act with integrity, to show the world that you know who you are. Thus, from the one tiny sensation, a whole new pattern emerges. You have found the path of expanded awareness. If you pursue a momentary glimpse of awareness, you will see how quickly it expands. A single thread leads to a complex tapestry. Yet, this metaphor cannot explain how to change reality itself. To master pure awareness, you must learn how to live it. Let me put that down there for you guys. To master true awareness, you must learn how to live it. Period. When an experience is so powerful that it motivates people to change the whole pattern of their lives, we call that a breakthrough or an epiphany. They had an epiphany. They had an idea. They had a thought. They grew spiritually. All of that. The value of an epiphany doesn't lie just in some new or exciting insight, guys. You might be walking down the street and pass a stranger, your eyes meet, and for the same or and for some particular reason, there is a connection. It isn't sexual or romantic or even suspicion that this person could mean something in your life. Instead, the epiphany is that you are that stranger. Your experiencer merges with his. Call this a feeling or a thought. It doesn't matter which. It's the sudden expansion that counts. You are flung outside your narrow boundaries, if only for a moment. And that makes all of the difference. You have tasted a hidden dimension. Compared to the habit of shutting yourself beyond the walls of your ego, this new dimension feels freer and it feels lighter. You have a sense that your body can't contain anymore. Okay? Another example. When you watch a child, my mouth dry. I got drinks in here. Carl, give me a second. Let me take a drink because my mouth getting a little dry right now. I'm sorry. Just a second. I'm literally pulling like so many freaking atoms from my stomach. I am literally speaking to you guys from my heart. Like literally, my whole body is like vibrating as I'm getting this information out because I want you guys to really feel this, not only hear me speaking, but actually feel the intensity in my voice when I'm reading this because it is very pertinent to me that you guys get this. Another example, when you watch a young child who is playing with complete focus and yet totally carefree, it's hard not to feel a tug. Doesn't the child's innocence seem palatable at that moment? Can't you feel it in yourself or yearn to feel the childlike state, right? The same delight in that play that the child has. Doesn't the child's tiny body seem as fragile as a soap bubble and yet bursting with life itself? Something immense, internal, never to be defeated. In a fascinating text called the Shiva Sutras, which dates back centuries in India, one can find similar epiphanies. I'm sorry. Each one is a sudden glimpse of freedom in which the underlying experience is directly confronted without interferences. One looks at a beautiful woman and suddenly one sees beauty itself. Or one looks at the sky and suddenly one sees an infinity beyond. No one else. However much you love and adore the person, however much you love and adore the person, they see the true significance of your private epiphanies. The secret belongs to you, with you, in you. In the title Shiva Sutra, the word Shiva means God, and the word sutra means thread, God thread. So, quite deliberately, the reader is being shown tiny threads that lead back to the internal source, the eternal source. There's a wider context for the Shiva Sutras, which requires following a path that is opened up by by an epiphany in the Vedic tradition. Each person can choose four paths that rise from feeling, thinking, acting, and being. Each path is called a yoga, the Sanskrit word for union, because unity merging with one reality was the goal. Over the ages, the four yogas have come to become specific paths that suit the kind of temperament a seeker has, although in truth you can follow several or all at once. Now, when it comes to that Shiva thing, guys, if you guys are aware of CERN, right? That is the Shiva. So don't get this part mistaken. They don't understand or understand the guy that's writing this book. Unfortunately, he's not familiar with it. I guess I don't know, but he did mention it here. Most of the things that he said, you already know. What do I tell you guys all the time? Meat in the bones. The meat in the bones. The meat in the bones. Let's not play with nothing that don't make sense. Okay. All right. All right. We're gonna go past this part. Okay. Go right to here. It's not necessary to think of the four paths as being Eastern. These yogas were the original seeds, the means that brought unity within reach. Everyone has feelings. Now, mind you, when they're talking about the yoga, the Shiva, and all this is information that they stole and took from the Tirthankara, which are the information of the true transformers of light, the ones that actually give the affordable passageway as to everything we're talking about, being from the physical to the spiritual, actually leaving the physical, dying of the flesh, going into the spirit, and then coming back. So that is the Tathagata. This information they've taken and it is like they twisted it to try and blend it to make it like it was something good, but it's not. I don't want to get into all that now because that's a whole nother subject, but just make sure you don't get that twisted. This is where we're going to meet in the bones of some of this stuff. Let's see how much he goes into it. Feeling points the way whenever you experience and express love on your path, your personal emotions expand to become all encompassing. Love of self and family merges into love of humanity. In its highest expression, your love is so powerful that it calls upon the God to show himself or herself to you. The yearning heart finds ultimate peace by uniting with the heart of creation. And the heart of creation is the chakra and aligning yourself, becoming light, actually reaching that 144 in your mind by the crystallization and the Christos, crystals, oil that you have activated by pulling in all this, like by not being stuck, by not being stagnated, by not being fooled and following these clowns, listen to the stupid stuff they be saying, listen to these conjunctures, falling up under these people with these PPPs, these pity party panels all damn day. They got 20 people on the damn panel talking about nothing, and you're sitting there literally just flooding your head with that shit all day. I've seen like 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12. I even seen a 12-hour bill one time. Literally, you could fast forward. They was talking about one thing, fast forward. They were talking about something else, fast forward. They were talking about the same thing. Literally going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. All this conjuncture, all these theories, all this BS. I'm sorry, I ain't trying to talk down on nobody, but I'm tired of this shit. Y'all need to get it together. I'm tired of these people fooling out people and getting their minds unleveled because they get caught up in the wrong stuff. Man, it's crazy. Let me check on my chat real quick. Chief, peace, Chief. Thanks for coming through, bro. Thanks, sis. Yes, I know y'all feel my energy, baby. And nothing but love come from me. I can't fake this shit. Ain't nothing fake over here. I can't fake this. I know y'all feel it. It's all real. It's always gonna be. You come here, it's always real. For real, for real. Like, literally. I don't play no games with nobody. I don't got nothing but love for nobody. You know what I'm saying? All I want to do is make sure we are getting on point. Even the ones that are doing this, that's creating all this chatter and conjuncture. I get on their panels because I be trying to make them see certain things. You talk to them, man, as soon as I go to making sense, they start dogging me out, cursing me out, get me upset. It's because they don't want to hear it. They want to stay where they're at. People like to be in that place. Their comfort. When you get into a certain comfort of things, right? It's really hard sometimes to digress, I guess, and maybe just find out whether or not the person has anything that'll be beneficial for you because you're automatically against them. How can you just automatically turn against someone and you don't even get what's going on? You have to have an understanding of something to go against it, but they'll go against it before they even try to get an understanding. Why? Because they're stagnated. They are stuck. They can't help it. Their brain is not in the right place to actually be able to cope with the truth and the reality. So what they do is get caught up in their emotions and their feelings of, hold on, you're going against me. They don't have time to even listen to anything that you're saying because everything that you're saying doesn't make sense to them because you're making too much sense is what I seem to notice. It's like when you're making too much sense, people get a little more upset with you. They just really don't want you to bring them anything that's going to bring their mind right, because they want to stay where they're at. It gets uncomfortable. Because what happens is when they're hearing truth, when they're hearing reality, and you start to put this into a person's mind and they start to hear it, it makes them uncomfortable. When you're cleaning something or cleansing something or purifying something or removing dirt, it's kind of hard for a person to get rid of trash because it's uncomfortable. They've been sitting with it for so long. It's just like a part of them. I want you guys to hear something. Maybe I could take a quick break and let you listen to this. Where is this? Hold on, it might be in my other list. Of course, so as I should have did this earlier. I didn't know I wanted to play this, but for some reason, something was like, play this. And I'm trying to find it, guys. Give me 1 second here. Let's get this. Oh, here go a good one. Here we go. Here's one. This is not the one I want to play, but I'm about to play this one right here. Here we go. Listen to this, guys. 12 minutes.
That was a lot. You know, the whole lot.
Brother Panic, check this out.
Yeah, like I said,
just give me a break from chatting right quick, guys. We're going to get right back into it, and this is definitely perfect.
Especially me. Because, you leave it up to me, I'll be telling people to keep saying this shit. You know what I'm saying? Just for kicks. So, you don't really need somebody to tell you. We just need, again, as I always point out, we forgot how to use our divine forms of thought for our own answers. That's been stripped away from us. Fuck all that Illuminati and chemtrails and fucking vaccine shit. Just your priceless way of thinking, your scientific mind has been deactivated, taken offline. With all your answers up within you, you don't even know how to reach them anymore based upon our Holocaust. That Holocaust is religion, superstition, religion, and all the rest of that. So, that's what, if we work on that, we'll find all this other Illuminati, Jay-Z bullshit will start to balance itself out. Mm-hmm. You'll find it's not necessary to worry about what the fuck, Prince Charles is doing. You know what I mean? And all the rest of that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Period.
And
nonsense that we don't give a damn about.
Your mind in the spirit world is talking to you constantly, giving you information constantly, giving you guidance constantly, giving you the answers that you need constantly. It's just you have to be bold enough to go take them and make them and turn them into something. Turn them into something that's worthwhile for you. You're never at a loss. We are under the illusion that we are at a loss, but we are far from that. If we know it's always right there. It's not really that far-fetched to get. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you had to go on a mountaintop for a month eating figs and you know what I'm saying, sandwich middles to find out your answer. You know what I'm saying? 7 minutes in blog talk tops. Not that hard. You know what I'm saying? None of this shit is that hard.
Period. It ain't hard.
That we think because we are trained to believe this shit is hard.
That's right.
Based upon we are trained that anything you want, you must fight and pull yourself up by the bootstraps to get it. But they don't understand why niggas are so lazy because we already did the work. It's already there. We're not used to doing all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? How come you niggas won't pull yourself up by the bootstraps? Because all you have to do is go to sleep and come up with the answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's heaven to me. You know what I'm saying? So niggas doing all this fucking home shit. Like, yeah, that's cool. That'll work. But you know what I'm saying? 14 days in the desert. Fucking Crowley spent like 14 days in the desert. You know what I'm saying? Drinking camel urine to contact goddamn AWAS. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'll contact him over a turkey burger. You know what I'm saying? Lamb and shit. Crowley did all this shit to contact lamb. I got me some good pussy one night. I was talking to lamb. When I'm telling everybody this shit was like a breakthrough, shit Tom Cruise and them niggas trying to tap into with Scientology. Mm-hmm. Like, nigga, lamb, that ain't nothing, nigga. That's the Aeon of Horus, nigga. That's an old stink motherfucker. I know him. And them niggas take all of this time,
all of these rituals to do it. So that's why they hate your black ass. It's just that easy for you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to dress up in robes with
None
hooks.
of that.
You shall not pass.
Listen to what he's saying, guys. Check this out. Everything that he's saying is fitting into the mind state, your mind, how you're thinking. He's talking about how these people and these Scientologists were trying to tap into this magic that we naturally have. Check it out.
You don't have to do all that shit. You shall not pass. You don't have to do all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's their shit. So
Probably, yeah. I mean, you could probably dress up in a Darth Vader suit and do the same amount of shit, you know, just for laughs.
you dress up in a Boo Boo Kitty suit, a Hello Kitty suit, a Pink Power Ranger, and tap in. Like, dressing up for us, you already a Darth Vader. You know what I'm saying? Your melanin is what's getting you in. So Darth Vader and Neo and all the rest of them is mimicking us. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to dress up like us to do what we do so easy. You know what I'm saying? That's the exact point.
Yep.
I would be so jealous of niggas if I wasn't a nigga.
Say it, brother.
Yeah,
you want all this. They want all this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we should not be in deficit for nothing. The only
and
way
we not
in deficit is because we do not access that part of ourselves that knows.
Hold on. I'm gonna tap onto that part. We don't access that part of us that knows. Do you guys know how valuable you are? Not only on the inside, just you as a physical being, like literally, like the worth that you have as a person, a natural spirit, breathing, carbon emitting being. Think of this. You are carbon emitting. You are a carbon emitting being. The only thing that is relevant to this Earth's atmosphere, atmosphere, the atmosphere of the carbonated being, the atmosphere. Don't give me, y'all know I'll go somewhere else. Let's finish this.
That's your Holocaust. That's the big trick. That's the big hootie hoo. Get them off of their thinking game. Get them off of access to them, and make it seem like it's fantasy. Make it seem like it's something far-fetched. Make it seem like it's something that is so hard to obtain. Make it seem like it's something that you need a whole library to understand. Like, you got to do circles and squares, light cigars, and if you don't do it right, somebody's gonna fuck you up. And make it seem like all of this is gonna happen, and they're just gonna give up and just listen to panic. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, all you have to do, this is so self-sufficient. It's just so
self.
This shit is just so within you.
Within. Go within.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's so scary that it's so real.
Let them tell me their story while they think they asking me a question. But you do it the whole time. You had the ability to go home the whole time, Dorothy. All you had to do was click your heels together 3 times. And you was there, and you was there, and you was there. It's all in you. In fact, that's one of the metaphysical truths in part of that movie.
That you know what the crazy thing about it is? What you telling me now? I can go and tell somebody else that, but for some reason I couldn't see it for myself.
Right. Most of it is like, again, that's another thing I've talked about. No one is turning the energy within. Everything is about dropping science. That's one of the core things we talk about here on First Order Radio. It's one of the things I've been ranting about since I got on the radio. Everyone is trying to project consciousness. But everyone will pay the ultimate price, drop all the ultimate goddamn status messages, because no one's taking the journey within.
Period.
No one believes you don't want to do that.
Right. That's where it's hard. That's where it gets hard.
That's where it gets hard. Important point you guys got to focus on. He said that's where it gets hard. That's not right. That's not true. Brother Panic, I'm sorry, brother. No, don't say that shit. But he feels that way. But let me let you know. Listen to your girl. It's not hard. We can do it. It is not hard. We do coaching on this all the time, guys. It is not hard to go within. You know who you're operating from. You already know what we're operating out of. We know we operate out of our heart, out of our mind. Aligning these chakras is what's going to take us to the elevational state where we are able to actually control things a lot better and have manifestations to work in our favor, so on and so forth, right? So it's not hard. People perceive it as hard. He spoke that a bit incorrectly only. People perceive it as being hard, but it's not hard. I'm helping you now, guys. I've been doing this for the whole year. I've been on YouTube. All you got to do is listen. Like seriously, ain't nothing but love. But y'all ain't gonna know it until you operate out your own heart and your own mind, and then you'll be able to connect and really see it. I ain't talking to my people. I'm talking about the ones that's listening that ain't saying nothing in my chat.
It gets hard because then you're gonna really have to be responsible, answer some shit, and make some changes.
Because I've been watching, I've been listening to you on Miss Blue Show, and I've been watching Elaine YouTubes for the last couple of years, and I get it, but it just seems like sometimes I can't work. It's hard for me to get it when it's time for me to get it. Like someone asked me a question.
It's so like that. That's really that little thing. I'm glad you brought this up because that little thing, and I'm glad you're honest enough to bring this up. Because that's what we're suffering from, but nobody's admitting what you just admitted. Nobody's admitting what you just admitted. They're too busy trying to drop it on each other. You get what I'm saying? But then, see, I know this to be true because everyone's emailing me at Panic Pack and their questions dictate what's really going on. You get what I'm saying? And I'm glad you committed it. You know it, and because this is one of the things I teach in my class. The way we are used to receiving information has been distorted for us. So all of this information that we're receiving from Brother Panic, Brother Aline, Brother Dr. Phil, Brother Bobby, we're receiving it and it can be repeated. But no one knows how to access it as something to actualize it. That's the big difference. Whenever I'm in my class, what does that mean? They give me everything that I've said on the remix, everything that I've said on First World Order, everything that I've said on YouTube, everything Bobby said on YouTube. They repeat that shit back to me, and I go, "What does it mean?" Never fail. Never fail. I'm about to go into class cycle 7. This is the 7th cycle of my class, and no one has yet proved me wrong. All right, you know what candle magic? Candle magic is this candle. What's it for? How does it work? See, we know the information, but not how to actualize it. And nobody wants to admit it. In my class, all of that shit is off. They're on Front Street in my class. You paid for it, you got it. I'm not tippy-toeing. You're on Front Street. So I explained, no, this is your goal with this shit. We know what it is, but do you even know what your goal is with it? Like, if we're talking about astral traveling, lucid dreaming, what's the goal in? You get what I'm saying? The goal is to find the answer to your past. Oh, I'm a healer. That's why
yes, sis. Yes, sis. That part, baby.
I'm astral traveling, lucid dreaming, so I can now have my next thing to do, as opposed to my next lecture to listen to. You get what I'm saying? So, and again, no answer will be sharper, crisper, clearer, and more synchronized than what comes from your own mind. I cannot tell you. I do not want to tell you what to do. I can only tell you what I would try to tell you is the thinking that's involved in these type of decisions, the thought process of what you need to do ultimately will be your own. I'm saying, again, do not take my word for any of this. I can be wrong.
That's right.
Anything. I'm only giving you an idea based upon my study, but if I'm wrong, it's your choice to go farther or take the study and make it for you.
This sounds like my brother.
We're not looking for a consensus.
I like this guy.
We're all just looking for light. So you may find that light differently than I find it. Dealing with the same source information.
Tell him.
But again, I'm so glad you admitted that because you're not far off from the reality. That's what I complain about all the time. Everyone's trying to explain to everybody else or shows them in their pictures, in their fonts,
what
their hairstyle, in their status messages, in how much shit they can quote, how many book links they can drop.
Oh my gosh. Do y'all hear this dude just like literally talking about everything I was just saying? Here's more, this the confirmation shit I be talking about for real. Y'all don't even be knowing sometimes. But see, I got to know from my spirit. And if y'all resonate with me, y'all going to feel it too. Because y'all should be around to see what be going on. Because I keep y'all on this journey with me. I don't think people, oh, sister so thinks she knows, know it all, or this type of BS. No, I don't. Shit, I'm growing every day. There's a lot of stuff I learned from a whole bunch of different people. I just take all the knowledge I have and I blend it all together to keep growing and keep benefiting myself. This is what other people don't want to do. They want to be acting like they know so much all damn time. They can't listen to what this woman say or this, and that. So they the ones that lose. They ain't my bad. I don't care. I mean, that's your loss. But he's literally talking about everything I said, y'all. How these people keep clouding y'all mind. He didn't say the same thing, but listen to what we were just talking about before. I want to just bring this back to your attention. Clouding your mind with all these things. He just said literally the same thing I keep telling y'all. When you are clouding your mind with all this stuff, you cannot create your own reality, your own image, your own truth. You are going and operating off someone else's truth. Especially if you're bringing in stuff that is conjecture, the theories, ideologies, different book links, this and that. I'll show y'all books and stuff. We might read maybe a total of 5 books, 6 books on my channel. I might reference a book and I'll go into something because it's pertinent to what we're talking about. But I'm not a big bookworm. I am the book. What? I'm the born living word around here. What I look like. I'll listen to other people's insights to give me things or confirm for me because, you know, it's good to do that. You need to do that as well. But that doesn't mean you following and running up behind their ass and this and that, da. You know what I'm saying? The intelligent ones that come over here to my channel, y'all, people in my chat, shit, y'all, most of y'all already got it. The thing is, y'all come to your girl because y'all know I see certain things a different way. And I can't help that. That's a blessing. And I accept it. I'm not going to be sitting like, oh, ain't nothing different about. No, it is something different about me. I'm sorry. I can't help that. I've been like this since I was a kid. Like literally, I cannot help that. So what I do is try to put people on the path of where I'm at, my level of understanding, the inner guide and eye that I see, because you guys are connected to me. Y'all are part of me. What? Y'all better know it. Y'all just as great and awesome as I am because shit, y'all with me. Y'all part of my imagination. Shit, I brought y'all last to my chat. What y'all thought? Y'all thought y'all came here by choice? Don't get your girl up in your head now, because I'll tell y'all some real truth and shit might mess y'all up a little bit. But this, I mean, come on, it is what it is. This is why I tell people all the time. This one dude, I was over on their thing, they literally like cursed me out. The dude was calling me all type of names. The stupid ass Brother Sanchez dude talking about, oh, I was looking for clout. I'm like, looking for clout? Dude, clout? What I need to look for some clout for? And who are you to get clout off of? You think because you got them fake ass so many subscribers, that means you got some type of clout, dude? You can have 20 million subscribers. That don't mean you got no clout. Not in my head. That's in their head. Because they believe that shit. They the ones falling up under that nonsense, not me. I ain't fooled by it, baby. I got my own mind, my own ideology, my own thinking, my own truth, my own reality that I know. So you can't tell me shit. Like, yo, dude, you got it way twisted. After they curse me out, then the dude gonna say, oh, drop your channel. Why you want my channel in your chat, huh? You want Sister Soul channel in your chat. Why? Because you know I be spitting some truth. You done listen to me too, huh, young man? Why you listening to this dude trying to dog me out? I don't play those type of games. That's something I won't do. Oh, I said, oh no. I said, honey, I ain't came over to drop my channel in your chat. No, sis, that's what we do. We promote over here. Drop the chat. No, sis. No, sis, but y'all talking, dogging me out, and this, and that, clowning me, laughing, making jokes. Man, y'all should have heard the clown stuff. I was really good that day too, because I want to let them have it. But I said, no, I'm not gonna be ignorant today. I'll be a good woman and show and represent what I should. So I told them a little bit about themselves and got off. But in the whole facts of the matter, I'm sitting here looking at this dude like, what I need to drop my channel in your chat for? I'm not around here searching, hunting for no damn body to come to my channel. They may be doing that. They thirsty for that. I'm out here trying to put the knowledge and info to my people. And you know what's going to happen? The ones that's open, the ones that have an ear, the ones that have light within them that resonate with my shit, they going to come because they want to come. And them the ones I want to be over here. Like y'all. I love y'all. Y'all fucking awesome. Y'all everything. And what was funny, I kid you not. So when I got off the dude thing, the dude panel or platform, the few little words I spoke that I just got, I wasn't even gonna get up there, to be honest. I got up there to support some. I don't even mention their name. I got up there to support somebody else, and they was like sitting in the cut, let the people dog me out. They try to have my back and nothing. But I just really got up there to support you because I know how they be clowning. But I ain't gonna make that my business. I'm gonna let you go on and have that since you want to sit in it. And I literally just left that shit. You feel me? But I don't play with people. I'm not gonna let nobody demise me. I'm not gonna let nobody talk down to me, belittle me, act like I'm lower than them. I'll respect all day long. They try to act like I be acting weird and trying to challenge men and this. Why would I do that? I'm a very intelligent woman. I have a very respectable son that I raised. I have a very respectable brother that was like my best friend since we was kids. We 2 years apart. Like that was like my best friend. He raised me with respect. He showed me respect. He showed me how a man's supposed to act, what a man not supposed to do, what he's supposed to say. Come on, y'all. Y'all be playing y'allself. Y'all ain't playing with me. Because I know what a man do. I know how a man act. And I ain't going to have no man, no so-called man be around me representing himself as a man, disrespecting me, being rude to me, coming at me any kind of way. And I'm going to respect you as a man, and I already know you ain't acting like one. What are you talking about? Yo, y'all, listen, let's finish playing this because I'm going to get on a whole nother thing, thinking about how people be manipulating their self and lowering their own nature, thinking they're trying to play with somebody else. Lord have mercy. I'm a real one.
As soon as I say a book, 40 other people with the links, as if they read the shit or maybe they have read the shit, dropping. I'm like, well, that's not what we need. You know what I'm saying? I thank you for that, but that's not what we need. I need. So no one's saying when I read the book, this is my real
opinion. Let me get you in the chat.
And when I read the book, I was here, I was there. You don't hear that. You get what I'm saying?
No.
You ever think about that? You don't hear like in their status message. You hear this deep status message, but you don't hear the person say, well, when I did that, this is what happened to me. Because they should have it in them. But they know how to repeat some hot shit. Each one teach one. You get what I'm saying? Well, what happened the other day when you taught
They just don't get it, bro. They don't be getting it. It's sad.
Niggas still at the fucking club.
See, I done wasted half of my talking time when I was supposed to be chilling.
Kennedy chicken. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing changed. Still asking for extra duck sauce. Nothing changed.
This is a quick little 3-minute, y'all. I gotta add this one on.
As that's happening, there are other people that don't even realize that they have the power to change entire environments because the sun has been activating your DNA. It's been giving you a lot of downloads. It's been doing a lot of activations on you. This black sun. We call it the black sun. Let me tell you why we call it the black sun. Because if you know anything about dark
ionic
and us, we're technically what we
magnetic
call light beings. Okay, we are the light beings. Melanin is light. So this white silver sun that you see out here is actually.
I had a dummy literally had his whole channel and panel clowning me about melanin. Let me tell y'all, I got to say this, y'all. Hold on. The dude literally went to talk about that's pigmentation. I said, this idiot don't even know what he's talking about. They are dogging me out when all I'm trying to do is help them. They don't have any sense in their head when it comes to what I'm talking about. Not that they stupid, very intelligent guys. The whole panel is full of intelligent guys, y'all, believe it or not. But it amazes me how intelligent people can be so stupid, right? You be looking at them like, well, damn, you knew this. How did you not get this? The dude was literally going in on me because I was talking about melanin. I said, well, ether, whatever, they call this different name. We don't even know if it's called melanin. We don't know if it's called ether. Shit, this the shit we going by just so you know what we talking about. Here they made a whole deal out of it. This dude went to clown me about the melanin. Oh, I bypassed that 12 years ago trying to act like, oh, she's slowing information. Y'all, this lady old. Don't listen to her. She on old info. Nigga, I bypassed everything you've been talking about. All them CGI images you show, everyone that you show with a flick of pick. All you do is flick a pick. Mesmerizing people in their mind. You're a sorcerer. You're a witchcraft warlock, nigga, is what you is. I straight told him one day. That's why he don't like me. I don't care how nice I could be because I don't care about it. It's not like I got a hatred toward him, but he was coming at me, so I had to tell him about this stuff. So you're a witch. You're a fucking sorcerer. You're a warlock, dude. You do a flick of damn pick on your channel. I sat and watched it one day. You went the flicking flash cash app. It was a cash app. He kept blinking it, blinking it, blinking it. Then he put some lights in the background. Then he played a little music, and then he started talking about something else. I was like, whoa, this dude is really like a sorcerer. But when people are on these different things, they don't want you to understand it. But our melanin ether, the energy, our plasma light energy is phenomenal. And it's not about the pigment. Yes, there is pigmentation. There's 3 different types of melanin, people. There's eumelanin, that's phenol, I think it's phenol. Oh, I'll put it up here. That's phosphomelananin, that's how you pronounce it. Phosphomelananin, and there's neuromelanin. So there are 3 different things, 3 different actions that they attack. So your neuromelanin is actually gives you the energy. It connects to the electrons, giving electricity to the body. Finish listening to this so we move on.
Black sun. And that came to me as well. I want you guys to understand that this sun is so powerful that it's activating a lot of people on this planet that you can literally go to your neighborhood, focus, and change the whole environment of the neighborhood, and just simply start putting affirmations over your community and telling that community or that neighborhood what you want to happen.
That's right.
And I promise
bring
you,
it out, bring it out, bring it out.
Collective level, you're literally going to start seeing people come in.
Keep telling y'all.
That's catching that frequency, that's catching that wave or that energy.
So sad.
And they're going to start building within the community. That's the reason why some of y'all don't have the experiences of the doom and gloom. Because you are already operating on such a higher vibrational frequency that you do not see it, nor do you experience it. If you're still participating in low vibrational behavior, you're going to get that visitation or that dream where you're going to be asked, do you want to go to 5D? But I want to give you a tip about something before you go down that road. You need to be asking, which 5D version would that be? Okay? You want to ask, which 5D version is that? Now, for those of you who find out,
I'm so glad
going to the Melanin side of 5D.
Y'all see, look. I did this intentionally, y'all. See, people don't even understand or get what I be talking about. I kept feeling some weird energy. That's why I started changing what I was talking about. I'm like, damn, what's going on? Why am I feeling like this? I was feeling awesome. I was feeling great. You guys are giving me positive, awesome energy. I started feeling this weird energy and shit. Something was like, oh, you got a couple of them Sambos in your chat. They ain't typing, they ain't saying them, but they in there. They giving some energy off. You know, there go the haters. I'm like, Lord, why I got to deal with this all the time? So I said, let me start talking about them. If I start talking about them, they probably gonna leave because they don't want to support my channel. Thank you for leaving. I appreciate it, babe. I know what I do. I can do it for a reason. Just know. And it's like 2 of y'all still in here. I feel it. It's like 2 of y'all. 1 of y'all just came back because y'all was like, oh, she made me. Oh, let's see what she talking about. So you just came back. Play with me if y'all want to. I ain't got to show y'all people what I can do to y'all if y'all really want to keep playing with me. But see, I don't have the energy to do it. But all that shit y'all be trying to do and play with me and, you know, with that energy and, you know, I'm going to stay out y'all panels first off because I ain't going to bless y'all with my knowledge. Y'all don't even deserve it. Y'all chats don't deserve it because they over there, y'all want to stay brain dead, stay there. I done talked to y'all enough over the time. If y'all still want to be with that mess, stay there. It is.
See, you would be better off just telling them, nah, I'm going to stay here on this earth. And still have a chance to still work the stuff out. You'd be a better chance at that. You leaving from here and going on to the ancestral realm because you still have blessings when you go to the ancestral realm. You still have blessings to still receive light to make a different choice. You still do have that option.
Yeah, you're the good. Where they at? A couple of them just came back, sis. That shit funny. That shit be funny.
This does not apply to those who committed suicide. They're going to the void. Okay? That's where they go. Those who committed suicide, they go to the void.
Meeting bones with this too, y'all.
People who passed away back.
He's talking about the melanin, which is fact.
It was revealed to me that they are dealing with punishment in the void. That's where all your mass murderers go to, your child molesters, all that kind of stuff. They go to the void. Okay? And yes, they can come out from the void. They can communicate to you, but that's where they go. Okay? So I don't see what everybody else is seeing or experiencing what everybody else is experiencing. You have two people in the same room.
Yep, still got love for him too. Ooh, that's funny. I'm glad you said that, sis, because I'm saying something. I was talking junk. I don't want nobody to think nothing wrong, right? I still got love for Brother Sanchez. I literally told the dude. I mean, he's a good speaker. Let's say that. He's a good speaker. He's a good teacher. A lot of his stuff be on point. Don't get it twisted. I ain't trying to say he's like all wrong or nothing. But the thing is, the way he does things and the rudeness. And then you're bringing everything like everything is a fact because you see it this way. You're a theorist, young man. You're a self-proclaimed scientist, I believe, as well. But you're a theorist and you cannot continue to put things out as a fact. You have to make sure you tell people, oh, I think or I see this as this way. Unless you know for a fact this is this thing. I mean, come on. And like I said, with the flick of pick, he does do that. You know, he thirsty for the little cash, I guess, or whatever. But he do the flick of pick with the sorcery stuff. So that's a fact. I'm not lying on him. But I have respect for him too. He dedicated his time. He doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He do his little music, sell his little beats to the young guys and stuff. You know, he do what he do. You know, I ain't got nothing really bad to say about the brother. But the way that he did the other day, tried to play me, tell me, oh, I was looking for clout, this and doing. I'm looking like, well, damn, bro, I thought we was cool. We was having a normal conversation at first. So he's such a, it's just so odd and weird. So, you know, I'm just saying, these are the type of people you have to stay away from, like even myself. Like I said, the only reason I got up there was to support my sister, you know? So I didn't even get to support back from her, so I know not to do that again. But either way, you have to just learn how to stay away from those situations, period. You know, I shouldn't even worry about supporting them. Shit, she wanted to go over there and stay up there with that nonsense. I should have just let her do it by her damn self. But, you know, we have to live and learn. But yeah, that's enough of that. I just want y'all to hear that about the melanin and what's going on. I keep telling you, I showed y'all the pictures. Y'all can go on my page and look at the sun. I show y'all like this is the real sun. And you guys know when you're getting the real sun and the real true energy. This is when you should be meditating. All of that. I've explained that to you guys. I got pictures all on my page. Go on the community page. Y'all look at the videos I uploaded of the true sun, the golden sun, going down and coming up like the real sun. Like when you really gonna get the true energy. And that's what the sis was just talking about. Yes, sis. I know that's right, sis. Bro said, exactly, David. I'm done, bro. I can't do it no more. All of them. They can keep playing if they want to. I don't got time for these people. I only got time for y'all, the ones that's trying to keep growing in this wisdom with your girl and shit. And I ain't a know-it-all like they try to act like I am. Shit, I'm growing. I be liking to build with people. They just don't like to build with me because they just don't want me, I guess, to be talking or, you know, they want to make sure they're telling me everything and they don't want me to say nothing. Right. And I can always feel it, bro. I be feeling the energy be so horrible. Be like, dang. But yeah, I want us to just be better as people. We should all be able to come together and grow together, even those people. But what happened is they have a certain superiority or, you know, what have you to themselves because of this channel stuff. You know, I notice people that like when they have like larger channels, they acting like, oh, other people are beneath them and, you know, all this old weird stuff. It's like, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all retarded or something? This is just like a freaking YouTube. This is a channel. This is like nothing. Like people, you know, I don't get it. I just want us to be better. I want us to be supporting each other and growing in the right ways and not so much trying to worry about being in a popularity contest and, you know, all of those stupid ass nonsense. They want to worry about who's more popular. And I don't know if it has to do with, you know, whatever benefits they can get from people following behind them. They have a complex because they want to have this star type quality about themselves. They want people to look at them like, oh, this person, you know, be fanfaring over them and, you know, all this type of stuff. And it's just sad to me and it's sickening almost to me because what it does is it makes other people, everything we're talking about, what I keep reading to you guys, it makes everything from a person not look at themselves or be able to see the qualities or the light in themselves or focus on the light in themselves, grow their light, grow their own imagination, their thoughts, be able to know where their thinking is coming from them, not taking on others' personas and theories and ideas and ideologies and letting these people literally write on your brain their thoughts instead of being able to operate out of your own thoughts. It's the same thing as like going to church and praising God or Jesus that is in the sky. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You're so busy looking up to this person and, oh, let me see what I'm going to learn from bro. Let me see what I'm going to learn from sis or whoever the person is, including me. Shit. A person ain't just look to me just for certain information. Yeah, I'm an add-on, but it should first be you. Shit, anybody coming over here should be like, damn, Sister Soul just confirmed this shit for me. Oh shit, sis just put me on to what I was thinking about the other day, and now I know it's a fact because she's saying the same damn shit. That's what y'all should be getting from me. Like word, like what? I don't get it. I don't get it when people want people to think of them as being something more than what they is, and um, it just makes them their own light. My sis told me the other day, she was like, sis, why you always dim your light? I'm like, what you mean? She's like, you have people up there, like I'll get upset because the way somebody acting or whatever, like that I'm interacting with, or they acting over aggressive or whatever. And then my thing is, I'm always trying to make someone else feel comfortable. So if you're trying to make someone else feel comfortable, that's great. We're supposed to do that. That's being selfless, right? And is selfless good? There's good and there's bad in anything. There's the in and the out, the up and the down, right? So if you're being selfless, right, that means you have to either it could be for a good or a bad reason. So it's nothing wrong with being a little selfless when it comes to not letting a person take of you when they don't need to. Like putting a person in a position that maybe they don't deserve, they're not really worthy of, they don't even appreciate maybe sometimes. And then you're making yourself be in a lesser position. Like I'll make a person feel comfortable, and in making them feel comfortable, they'll think like they have something over me, like they know more about this or this and that. They want to act like they're teaching me or showing me something. And it's like, Lord, why do I got to deal with this all the time? I don't know what it be with people where they want to act like they got to show what they know and this and that. I don't do that. I'm up here to show you what I know, and I'm telling you, oh, I'm letting you know this because I seen this and that. Boom, boom, boom. What you think about this? See if you can apply it to you, and that's pretty much it. I'm not up here trying to be profound and like, oh, my knowledge is so great and it's so awesome and I'm this and I could care less what anybody else damn think about me if y'all don't know that. Like really, for sure. Um, Even the thing they'll like, I hear comments. I'll get on a panel. I don't even know a person will be familiar, and they'll be like, "Turn your camera on, turn it." They want me to turn my camera on so much. They want to see what I look like so bad. They like, "Dang, she ugly. She this, she that." They worried about it. It's not about if I think I'm ugly. I'm not ugly. There's no fucking way that would be possible in this world. But because of my eye and how it looks in the camera, I get distracted in the way that I'm talking. I'm not even embarrassed about my eye. I don't even care. I'm like, what? It doesn't bother me to that. It's just distracting because I see it and I notice it. And I know that it looks odd sometimes. Cause say if I turn my head or something, because the eye is not moving with the other eye. It's a distraction for me. And I don't want to get thrown off in my thinking because I'm looking at some physical stupid shit that I don't even care about. You know what I mean? So people will have their own assumptions about things, and it'll put you in a bad space, a bad mind, all of that. And that brings the negative energy. So to avoid that, I keep my camera off. Why are you worried about what I look like anyway? All you need to be doing is listening to these words, honey. If you was paying attention to that, you'd be better off and you wouldn't give a damn anyway. Like, come on, get yourself together. But yeah. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but these people have me cracking up sometimes. Let me check my chat, and then we about to finish reading a little bit of this and get out of here, guys. I think I'm gonna get my grandbabies over here this morning. I've been doing a lot since last week. I ain't seen them. I seen them, but I haven't had them over or been over to visit them. And I miss my baby, so I'm gonna do that. Yeah, wishy washy. Right. I think I read this. Yeah, exactly. Scotty, peace, Scotty. Haven't seen you in a while. Grand to you. I talk too much. Is it only you? I don't know. I guess my everybody else over here, they understand everything I'm saying. I'm clicking the mouse because I'm hitting the chat and doing this and that. Do you know what's going on, dude? You might need to get blocked because this is the second time you came over there. I told y'all the agents was gonna come out. I'm gonna leave it up to my chat. Should we block him because he's distractful? I don't even like blocking people, but I don't like people bothering me either. Because last time he said that, and one of y'all told him about it, and he's still talking junk. worried about what I'm doing. I'm going to different things on my chat. I'm going back and forth from StreamYard to the book. I'm looking at other things in my YouTube that I had y'all listening to. Are you like having some type of brain dysfunction? Are you having a brain dysfunction? Is something wrong with you? It's like, yeah. I told y'all be the energy. I talk too fast. Well, damn, my people understand everything I say. I guess it's only meant for the lightning speed thinkers, only the ones that can resonate to light. That energy. Right, sis. I'm sorry, sis. I read your comment in my head while I was drinking, but you're absolutely right. Thanks, Blue. I appreciate that, sweetheart. And they be talking about beauty. Beauty is definitely in the eye of the beholder because, like, I literally don't have a problem, sis. Sis, any sis. Trust and believe. Honey, not a one. If it came to some vain shit or some ego shit or any of that, sis, please don't let me get dragged. Y'all see me in the house. Like, anytime I turn the camera on, like, I'm just in the house, I'm chilling. You know, I usually be with my grandbabies. Like, please, sis don't have a problem, honey. And I don't even wear makeup. I don't need to. I don't wear eyelash. I don't wear eyeliner. I don't wear none of that. And trust me, any place I walk in, when I put some clothes on, some clothes, some regular clothes, and I don't do that name brand, all that. This now. I pay money for my stuff because I like quality now, but I don't care about the name. But please, what are y'all talking about? You ugly, you this, you that. Like, please, I can get just as vain as anybody else. Yes, lost, brother, lost. It just be so sad. And I'm like, I be trying to help y'all get y'all on the right page. Y'all just don't get it. I'm not a hater, but I want to understand what you're saying. Well, if you're not a hater and you want to understand what I'm saying, Scotty, maybe say it a little more politely. Have you learned manners? This is what you about to do right now. We're going to do this. I got something real great for you. Scotty, this for Scotty. Scotty, come up here right now. Like right now. If you don't come up here, you might as well get in my chat because I already see what you about to do, and you ain't not gonna be doing this every time you come over here to my panel. Because I want you to feel welcome. But see, I ain't gonna play the games and I gotta hear what you're talking about. Because see, the chat, that's like the texting. You don't really know, you can't feel the energy correctly. So let's get it, bro. Pop up. Let me play y'all a song real quick while we wait on Scotty. Because this is what we ain't gonna do. I mean, everybody knows I talk fast. You want me to slow down my speaking for you? What do you want me to do, honey? I slow it down as much as I can, especially when I'm reading. I try to make sure I'm distinctive with my words. I'm saying things the right way. You know, so I don't know what else you want me to do. I really don't. Come on, Scotty. You got like 3 minutes. If not, because I want to know why you can't understand what I say, and I'm speaking very clearly. I don't know how I'm speaking too fast. Let's go. Explain yourself. Trying to find a short song by then. I'm going to be done waiting on them. Let me see. Who am I playing? I haven't played Healing Ambition. This is a good one. Let's play this one. Let's get it, Scotty. Let's get it, Scotty. Let's get it, Scotty. I don't like all that back and forth playing. Come up. Let's get it.
And I don't need no DJ either. I host my own shit. It's a journey. It's elevation, you feel me? Check me out. I got my heart up in this music, so I grind till it stop. You can hate me or love me, either way you dying to watch. It's hard to live at the bottom, easy to die at the top. Because the ops on my body, on my mind, Yo. I don't think y'all know what I mean by elevation.
David. Oh, David. Facts. You heard? What's going on around here?
And we cutting off
Cap. Straight cap. What's going on? We finna find out today.
I got my heart up in this music, so I grind till it stop. You can hate me or love me, either way you dying to watch. It's hard to live at the bottom, easy to die at the top. Because the
Scotty, ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. Let's get it right now. For real, for real. I ain't even playing. It's not a suggestion. I want you to get up here real quick. For real, for real. We ain't finna play today. And no more after today. I'm gonna find out today. Let's get it. Get up here, bro. For real. I want to know why he always talking about me clicking the button. I mean the mouse and my fast talk. Come on, guys, before the song come get off, for real. If not, I'll never address you again in my chat. I'm gonna literally start ignoring you because I don't got time to play with people. Because I feel like you're just playing right now. And I want to know if you are, so let's go. He ain't gotta run. I'm gonna be nice, David. I promise I'm gonna be nice. I promise y'all I'm gonna be very nice and respectful. I'm trying to see where he's coming from though. I'm gonna be real nice.
They got the game fucked up too. Everybody in this fucking game got the game fucked up. Work, man. Work.
Tell him free Papa. I don't even know what he said. I didn't even see whatever else he put in there, y'all. All I saw was him saying that something about me clicking the mouse and talking too fast or some nonsense. I'm looking like, what are you talking about? The last time, I don't know, y'all may not have been in chat, though. Let me say that. He did this before. Another time I was having a build. We were talking about, I don't remember what we were talking about. We were talking about some important stuff, right? Scotty got in the chat and he literally said, he said something about the mouse. He said something about, why are you always clicking the mouse, this and that? I'm like, I'm going back and forth. I'm clicking the comments, and every time I hit the comment, I gotta click. I mean, like, why is he asking me about me clicking the mouse or something? That was weird as hell, first off. So somebody else in the chat, I think it was King Kampala, I believe, he was telling him like, oh, I like the mouse, like being funny, or maybe it was Chief. I think it was a Chief. He was like, oh, I like the mouse. It's soothing, you know, like making a joke out of it. Like, it was just weird. That's why I remembered the comment. So now here you go again saying that. So I'm looking like, is this one of these agent people I was talking about that's always playing with people? Now you, oh, I apologize. Go ahead, sis. Okay, so why did you interrupt to say something if you apologize? Why apologize about something that you didn't have to do? Why apologize about something that you did on a prior build that I had before? And we already corrected that information, and now you bring it up again. So it's just kind of weird that you're bringing up the same thing to cause a distraction about that weird something about clicking the mouse shit. Like, what do you mean? Clicking the mouse? I'm on the damn computer, and I'm going from page to page. I'm going from comment to comment. I'm going back and forth. I'm clicking the thing to make the page go down. What are you talking about, dude? That was strange to me that you did the same thing twice. That's a distraction. And like I said, I don't play games with people. So I asked you to get up here and explain yourself. And you don't want to do that. So that lets me know you are distracted. Not about even he don't want no smoke, says he's a distraction. He's playing by getting in the chat, even saying that. Y'all just don't know where I'm coming from. Because listen, people try to play with me and try to run shit over my head, but you can't. My mind too swift for that. I don't care how much I don't remember certain things or forget. I got this head injury. Listen, my ancestors put me on point to everything. I do this work. I don't be playing it out here. Y'all might beat some of y'all, but I don't. So the fact that he playing with me is annoying. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to do it. Your girl gotta just really laugh. Like, it's crazy. He goes to say he gone. He better be gone. Then get your ass on, nigga. I ain't the one. Oh, Darius. See, Darius remembers. Come on now. I ain't crazy, y'all. Your girl ain't gonna. See, people be thinking, oh, it's now somebody that might have been on here, right? They probably got off and went to another channel or something. They probably like, oh, she over there tripping. That lady crazy. This is the shit I have to go through with the freaking entities of the air, the NIS, the energy, these people that try to keep people trapped in BS and thrown off, their minds distracted, their minds thrown. This the shit we talking about. This was a prime example. Thanks, Scotty, with your ignorant ass. But do y'all see? Yeah, do y'all see? The investor out the blue is stating it again. More confirmation came to break the spirit. And he did the same thing before. I swear he did it before. And the bill was, I don't even remember what, I wish I could remember what video so I could just, man, could pull it up and just show y'all. Y'all gonna be like, damn, that's crazy. But literally. And then, yeah, then he started playing dumb. Like, oh, what? Oh no. If you don't get your I tell y'all, be sorcerers playing with people. They do this with us all the time. This is what we were just talking about. Yeah, he got a spirit on him, bro. He can't help it. Okay, sis. Yes. Okay. Come on, y'all. Too smart for that. Come on, y'all. We too smart for this. We be recognizing real. Bro was like, yeah, I remember that off the top. Come on now. I even got my backup in here. Come on, I got backup, nigga. No, he's not. Maybe don't believe Fat Big Greasy. Y'all, I told y'all they think I'm a game. Y'all. They think I'm a game. They think I'm a game. I told he was one of the ones that got out, and they had got out when I started talking about certain people, and then came back too. It was like, oh, now I'm gonna say something. Start trying to throw it to a different distraction. That shit is funny to me, man. Come on, can't pull nothing over on me. Y'all cannot get a good one over on you, girl. I'm sorry. I'm not all knowing and all seeing. I just am. Y'all bad. Y'all too much. I'm gonna get ready to see my grandbabies and have fun with their little butts. Let them tire me out and then call their mommy to come get them. Have some fun. Do something with them real quick. And yeah, let's read a little bit more of this, guys. Y'all know this book is awesome. Y'all know we might have to do this as a little series till we finish the book out, y'all. What y'all feel about that? Put a one in the chat if y'all want to do this book. If enough of y'all want me to really, really do this whole entire book, I definitely will do it if it's enough of y'all. I'll get up at least I can dedicate an hour or two to early mornings. Early mornings, I'm not really doing none. After I do my little meditating and take care of myself, I can dedicate some time to doing this if y'all are more interested in hearing everything in the book. Put a one in the chat if you want to, guys. I'm gonna read a little bit more, and then I'll get right back to the chat. Okay, let's go to thinking points. This one should be interesting. Thinking points. The way whenever your mind stops being restless and speculative. Oh, there you go, Empress. Here you go, baby. More confirmation. On this path, you silence your internal dialogue in order to find clarity and stillness, right? Right? It takes clarity for your mind to see that it doesn't have to be driven. Didn't I just say that? The cloudiness. Think about this. When it comes to clarity, clarity means it's clear, crystal clear. You want crystal clear vision on everything, right? So if you're bringing in a whole bunch of nonsense, you're bringing in a whole bunch of things that are derogatory to your growth and damaging and stagnating and so on and so forth, right? How is that going to help you? What is that going to do for you? It's not going to help you to do anything beneficial. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to help you. Let me see. Okay. Put that in there. That's definitely a good thinking point for you guys. I like that. I like this book. Come on, book. Come through. I told y'all I resonate with y'all. Oh my man, the books I got, y'all. Oh my gosh, I got so many books. It's crazy. I have this book, the Last of the Mohicans. I dug it out. I went and got some of my books out the storage and took some other ones in because I don't have no space here. This place is so cluttered. I'm looking for a house now because I can't do this apartment living. It is not for me. I've been in the house for 25 years. I come up here thinking this is going to be some nice little easy living, and it's like not for me. But anyway, I got the Last of the Mohicans. This other one is Ralph Emerson, and there's some stuff in there that was fascinating me, talking about these colored red Indians and how they were like the sun. And, oh man, when I tell y'all these old books be so, it's important to get books, guys. I'm sorry, I gotta tell you that, guys, that it's so important to keep books, guys, so we have reference and information. These people destroy all our information. Even if you have to get a book that another person other than an Aboriginal person wrote it, but another person wrote it, given the perspective of what they knew or certain things. But it's got information that's clear and concise that actually confirms other things. You have to read a lot of times to even get that information, y'all. I'm telling you. You sometimes take a couple of hours, go to a used bookstore. This is my suggestion. Let me tell you what to do. You can do it online. There are older used bookstores online for antique books. They're a lot more expensive when you're looking online though, because they're very hard to come by. A lot of books, right? So if you go to a lot of used bookstores, right, the trick is going to the certain sections. You want to go to the law section, and you want to go to their what they would call their Native American section. But y'all know that's really us, depending on what book you're getting, right? So you look through these books and you can find the information. Like this one book, um, I got. Um, I paid. How much did I pay for it? Oh gosh, I bought a couple of books this time. Um, one book I had gotten right. I paid $75 for the book, right? I looked online, right? The book is worth more than $1,000. Check this out. That's a used bookstore. I'm put y'all onto some game. Like this a way to collect too. Your kids can get money for this stuff later. Just so you know, certain things you invest in. If you take the time and you know what you look for, I like antiques, so I collect antiques. I actually had a resale when I was in New York with antiques. I was thinking about doing that here, doing my product and antiques. It's just takes so much time to do. I could make plenty money in a spot, but I have to take the time to be in there all day. And with everything that I'm doing right now, I can't, man. It's just crazy. But period. But anyway, and when you get these books, I remember one time I got a medical book. I'm a medical freak too, because of the health stuff I'm into, guys. So I went to this university that had a sale in a library, right? And I got a couple of books there. Two of the medical books I got now, I only paid, I think I paid like $60 for one of the books, and I paid I think the other one was maybe like 89 or something. It was a little more expensive. But one of the books was 300 something dollars, which wasn't a big deal if I wanted to resell the book. I bought them for myself. But either way, I always look at the value because, it's always good to, oh, yes, that's another thing, guys. It's always good to add the value onto your insurance. So when you have these books, you can put these on your insurance. So say if you have a fire, you have a theft or something like that, they'll cover the cost of your books, the real cost of it, not what you paid for it. They'll cover the price of your antique, the real cost for it, but not what you paid for it. So just keep that in mind. Estate sales. Estate sales are awesome. A lot of estate sales, there'll be older people that have these libraries, right? You can go in there and buy and get books from them because people don't want to package all this stuff. They already have a whole house of things. They want to go through all this personal stuff from their loved one. That's hard. So when it comes to the books, that's like really one of the last things that they want to take. So they always usually sell books. Listen, let me just tell you, I've gotten some deals, even with records. I got some records, some LPs. And we'll be talking about the healing aspect of listening to the real albums, the vinyl records, right? There's healing in that. So I have a lot of those, a lot of important information on some of those things too. So estate sales are really good. Used bookstores are really good for great books. And you can find a lot of information because a lot of the older books they're talking about, like the Frontier, the Coming to America, mostly this is what I noticed. There was a couple of entertainment books, but those didn't come to like the late 1700s, 1800s. But during the earlier times, like 14, 15, 1600, if you could find books that are written about that time period from like documents or they have like their ancestor stories and they're writing about those and they're writing that down, or even the books that are even in the 15 and 1600s, you can find books that are written about that time era as well. Those are more pertinent to information that of invasions and time and things of that nature, because that's kind of what was going on during that time. So that's all people wrote about, their experiences. They was a soldier, they went to this land, all this stuff. So this is how you can get a lot of information. So let's get back to it. All right. Thinking can turn into knowing, which is to say that's wisdom. With greater clarity, your intellect looks into any problem and it sees the solution. Your intellect sees the solution. So that means what? You're in intellect is your internal eye. That is your pineal, the wisdom. That's where the wisdom comes from. Your wisdom sees. It has a vision, right? Keep that in mind. With greater clarity, your intellect looks into any problem and sees a solution. As your knowingness expands, the personal questions fade. What your mind really wants to know is the mystery of existence. Questions knock on the door of eternity, at which point only the Creator can answer them for you. The fulfillment of this path comes when your mind merges with the mind of God, which is what? That ether we're talking about. They're saying the mind of God. So the God is what? The ether. We know what they're speaking of. When your mind merges with that internal ether, the one that I told you that we are all a part of the same ether. Action point. We're going to read action points, guys, and we're going to get ready to get out of here. And maybe I'll try and come back later this afternoon with some of this. Maybe you guys can catch it later if you're not available. We're going to read action points and being points, and we're get out of here, guys. Action points: the way whenever you surrender on this path, your ego's control over the action is then loosened. Okay, once you surrender your ego's path, now you have a loosened action. Okay, your action stops being motivated by the selfish wants and the wishes. Your selfish thinking. At the beginning, it is inescapable that you will be acting for yourself, because even if you try to be completely selfless, there's no trying, you just have to do it. You will be earning personal satisfaction in time. However, action detaches from the ego. Doing becomes motivated by the force outside yourself. This universal force is called the Dharma in the Sanskrit, and the path of action is summoned by it in a phrase. So karma gives way to Dharma. We've talked about this. If you haven't saw the Tirthankara, you guys go back and watch the video. I will go over all. It goes over all that. It goes over the complete inner understanding and description of the Dharma. It went over everything with the Sanskrit. It tells you about the karma. I let you know about the ego. Listen, we went over everything in there. So that was like a very good video you can reference in understanding this. Okay, just this particular concept if you're not familiar with Sanskrit. In other words, personal attachment to your own actions is turned into non-attachment, all giving way to the Tirthankara information. Through performing God's action, you are performing the action. This path reaches its fulfillment when you surrender it so completely that God runs everything you do. The God set mind, the God mind. Being points, the way whenever you cultivate a self beyond ego. At the outset, the sense of I is attached to fragments of your real identity. I is an accumulation of everything that has happened to you since you were born. Let me highlight that. That's a very good point. Both of these are good points, but I'm gonna put this one separate. I'm gonna read that again. I is attached to fragments of your real identity. Didn't I just tell you guys that I am? It's just me. You know, you can't pretend to be like what you're not, right? People so stupid. I is attached to fragments of your real identity. I is an accumulation. I don't know why that word is throwing me off. I is an accumulation of everything that has happened to you since you were born. The I is an accumulation of the wave formatting written on your brain that gives you the idea or the image of what and who you are, projecting the matrix of your life, of what you're seeing, what you're envisioning, and what you're manifesting into your life, right? Didn't we just talk about this, guys? Yeah, I told you, your girl gonna put you on. Okay. This shallow identity gets exposed as an illusion. Here's the matrix. Let's talk about that matrix. I love this part. This is gonna be great. This shallow identity gets exposed as an illusion, a mask that hides a much greater I that is existing in in everyone. What is that? That one internal ether? Is that what they're talking about? They're talking about that ether. Are they talking about that ether being the nine ether? So the nine ether, right? It goes into everything that is us. You are what? The living word, the living eye, the imagination. You're the ether. You're the melanin. You're the freaking energy. You are that. Listen, let me tell you. So, your real identity is a sense of existence that is pure and simple, which, when called I am, all creatures share the same I am. So, if you share the same I am, ain't you the same thing? Are you the same? Look, how you separate if y'all share the same damn thing? How you gonna be a part of one thing and it's how I'm gonna sit here and cook a meal in this kitchen, and then I got 20,000 bags of garbage and trash and dumpster shit all over the damn place? What are you talking about? It's all the same thing. It's all trash. Then we just talk about that, y'all. Come on now. You can't make better sense of it. You can't make better sense of it. Okay, your real identity, right, is a sense of existence. Let's hear this again. Pure and simple, which we will call the I am. All creatures share the same I am. That's like awesome, right? I think I need to put that down there too. We're going to put that in the chat for you guys too, just so you can visualize that again. And the fulfillment actually occurs when your being embraces so much that the God is also included in your sense of the being alive. So now you're alive. So when you're alive, you are living in yourself. You are in your own nature, your own energy. You're operating in self. You're alive. You're alive. I'm alive. You are living. You can't be a dead person. Like if you was a black person, right? You'd have to be a crayon to be a black person. Shit, who'd be that dumb, right? You couldn't be a dead person. You couldn't be like a person that is dead in being in a physical form. Why? Because you're eternal light, right? How could you die? You never die. You never die. Shit, you're like everything. Like, how could you ever die? It's crazy. It's crazy talk. Crazy talk. Okay, let me put this in there for y'all. So I can hurry up and get out here, get my babies over here for a minute, just in case my baby want to do some running around too. She can do something while I'm enjoying them, and she has time to. And the fulfillment occurs when your being embraces so much of that God. We just talked about all that. Also included in your sense of being alive. Unity is a state in which nothing is left out of the I am. This book fire. I don't know what happened. It just went right out. I guess it was meant for me to stop. That was the last of that, of the being. We were gonna stop that anyway. Let me stop sharing it. Some said nope, stop, because you were supposed to get the babies like you said and do that. I was about to keep going a little bit. See, y'all see how it worked? But I got it. I got that part. I think. Let me see. Did I get it? Did I get it? No, I didn't get that part. I'll put it in there next time. Listen. Oh, I didn't even check to see. I got to go back in the chat. Let me see if y'all say y'all want me to start reading a little bit of this every day. We need to get a little of this every day. Let me see. Okay, we had a few ones. Maybe we will do a little bit. Maybe I'll do like a 30, 40 minute every day and see what's going on with that. Okay, see, Scotty distract me from that. See, all that plans. Be telling y'all better keep y'all nasty, little crazy, weird energy. Anybody that's coming over here, any of y'all little agents, y'all friends sending you're playing around. Any of y'all, just come on, don't do that, because I don't want to have to tell you about yourself. Because I'm gonna call it out. I can't literally overlook stuff. I'm sorry, it's not in me. It's not in me. I try, y'all. I try to be kind. I try to be very kind, but I don't be stupid, and I don't be nice. There's two things I'm not. I'm not stupid and I'm not nice. I ain't nothing nice. My ex used to say to me like, "Man, you ain't nothing nice." He know somebody. Soon somebody come incorrect, man. He used to look at me like, like, I know you about to go in. Sometimes I just won't even say, because he'd be like, "Dang, man." I'll be like, "I know, man. I can't help it." Shit, playing with me. I can't stand nobody to play with me, especially when I'm out in public. Definitely don't try to play with me and undermine my intelligence in front of my dude. Is you serious right now? You playing yourself. Come on. Definitely don't try to undermine my dude in front of me and think I'm going to just sit there and let that pass like I'm going to ignore that. Nah, Yo, hold on. You're doing way too much. Okay, let me just get out of that. That's a little too much personal. But yeah, y'all, I'm just saying it's been a great build. I love y'all. The energy is awesome as always. Like I said, y'all just make me want to continue on. So we're gonna do this. I ain't gonna do it every day, but I'm gonna definitely read some of this like at least once a week. We're gonna get into the book, guys. We gotta do that. There's no way we can't get into the book. Yes, sis. Yes, that's why I'm like, let me get my babies. I ain't got time for this all day. Look, I love to talk, but I got to do something with my boo boos. Or shoot, I woke up like, oh, I want to see the babies. I ain't seen them since I think it's Thursday or Friday. I see them, and I usually see them like freaking dang near every day, even if it's just for a quick minute. You know, my daughter might come by. Or something for a minute, I'll come down and see him or something. But shoot, I ain't seen him in a couple of days. I can't, Nicholas. I'm sorry, babe. You can, if you email me, let me put my email in here. If you email me, I can send it to you. It's actually in my drive. All I can do is like send it as an attachment because it's like, I think it's like a PDF. Let me see. Who's this knocking at my door? Hold on. God dang. Yeah. Who is that? Oh, baby. I just spoke y'all up. I swear I didn't tell us. I said, y'all about to get off this live. And my babies is coming. That is so funny. I swear. That is so funny. So that's on the street. Oh, they go to school? Yeah. Dang, y'all came from the scooter? Yeah. Oh, we got to go to the park. Yeah, right in the park. Oh, man, hold on. What I told y'all. Hold on 1 second, baby. What I just told y'all. Didn't I just tell y'all my baby was coming? I said, I'm about to get off here. I said, I got to get my babies. It's taking too long. Okay, y'all. All right. Peace, love, blessings, and all. I will chat with you guys later. We will definitely read some more of the book a little bit later. And y'all walk? They was like, they went right. They scooters. Oh, yeah, we got to get to the park. Okay, I just sent, I got my email in the chat. Whoever need me to send the book, put in the you know how you put the comment in the email, put the book, because I'll just send it to all y'all like I just do an attachment. Make sure you guys do that. Peace, love, blessings. That movie was too full. Oh, okay. Yes, yes. Ooh. All right, guys. I'm trying to hang this up. This thing, no, it love to be stolen.